Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We are covering more WSL action this Sunday evening as both sides of Manchester clash for the Manchester derby at Old Trafford. In the red corner, Manchester United are still unbeaten this season in the league with 3 wins and 3 draws from their opening 6 games. The only loss they've picked up this season in all competitions was an away loss in the Champions League qualifying to PSG. Despite not losing, Manchester United have picked up plenty of draws as their first 3 home games of the season in all competitions ended level. And in the blue corner, Manchester City under head coach Gareth Taylor started the season very strong with 10 points from their first 12 available. But City have hit a dip in the league with back-to-back losses occurring with defeats to Arsenal away and a shock defeat last week to Brighton at home. When these two sides collided last season, it began with a game at the Etihad in front of 44,259 fans, where it ended all square with a 1-1 draw, with goals from Leah Galton and Laura Coombs. Then, in the following fixture, the red side took the bragging rights with a 2-1 victory after Manchester City went down to 10 players in the 42nd minute after goalkeeper Ellie Roebuck saw red, and eventually United went on to win the game 2-1 with a 91st minute winner through Lucia Garcia. So, for the first ever women's Manchester derby at Old Trafford, which side can take the 3 points away from their neighbours? It should be a really good game. Manchester City coming into this game off the back of 2 losses on the bounce in the league. They don't want to go 3 losses in a row. The last time they went 3 losses in a row was around 2 years ago, from September to October. They lost against Spurs at home, Arsenal away, and West Ham at home 2-1, 5-0 and 2-0. So they haven't gone 3 defeats in a row in the league for quite a while, and it is not the time to do it now for Manchester City. They desperately need to not lose, and I don't even think a draw would be enough. Manchester City have obviously got title ambitions of their own. They want to be going for the league title. They don't want to just be going for Champions League football. So it is vital that Manchester City pick up 3 points today, especially against Manchester United, who will be one of the other teams as well, also challenging for that WSL title. Manchester United currently sit in third, with obviously a game in hand on Arsenal and Chelsea above them, but Arsenal are above them by 4 points, and Chelsea are above them at the minute by 7, so they can't go up a spot, but they can close the gap to those teams just above them. If Manchester City win, would put them up to third. It would put them on 13 points, 3 behind Arsenal and 6 behind Chelsea, but a loss obviously means a loss would put them 5 points behind Manchester United. It'd put them 6 points behind Arsenal. It'd put them 9 behind Chelsea. And in a season that obviously doesn't have loads of games, obviously only 22 games are played a season, and this would be, this is the 7th game of the league season. It's just, you can't drop any more points for Manchester City. And to be honest, the same could go for Manchester United. If they lose today and they're 7 points behind Chelsea, who win the WSL so often, do you really see Chelsea dropping 7 points? It's from now till the end of the season. I don't see it personally. So it's important for both sides to win today and to try and just keep intact with those teams above them who are already starting to build just a slight little gap. It's not a huge gap, but it's a little one that that can easily start growing if you just start slipping up and conceding more points. But we'll go through both teams in a more detail in a minute. We're just under 6 minutes away from kickoff. It is the first WSL derby at Old Trafford, as mentioned. Last season's derby at the Etihad, as I mentioned, over 44,000. I believe it's similar numbers at Old Trafford. I know definitely over 40,000 were sold a couple of days ago. So we'll obviously get the total announced during the game. But let's see if we've got any more information on how many tickets have been sold. Like I said, I definitely know. Yeah, as of 5 days ago, over 40,000 had been sold, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm presuming it may have hit around 45,000. Let's hope, fingers crossed. Not too sure, but it looks like a really strong attendance today at Old Trafford, where Manchester United have played here 3 times previously, the women at Old Trafford. This is the 4th time. It's the first against Manchester City. Obviously, last season, Manchester United got the better of City in the last meeting, where it was that 2-1 win for Manchester United. They drew at the Etihad 1-1, first half goal for Leah Galton in the 27th minute for Manchester United, and the equaliser by Laura Coombs for Manchester City made that level. So they are two very close teams in terms of quality. They are very, they're very even. There's not much that separates these two sides, as it will be both sets of players emerging from the Old Trafford tunnel, from the corner of the pitch, coming away from the Stretford end. It's the red and blue of both Manchester clubs emerging onto the field, and we'll go through both teams now. As for Manchester United, they have made the two changes from their last league lineup last week against West Ham United, which was a 5-0 home victory. Mary Earps is in goal. The two clean sheets so far I've heard this season came against Everton and last week against West Ham. A back four, or it looks like it's going to be a back four, but we'll have to wait and see, because there's been a bit of few question marks of who's going to play where, but it looks like on the right back it's going to be Hannah Blundell, who is usually a left back, two centre halves of Maya Letitia and Millie Turner, and right back it looks like it's going to be Leah Galton, who has got the one goal so far this season, came in their home draw to Arsenal earlier on this season. And then our two holding midfielders, it looks like it's going to be Lisa Nalsund and Katie Zellum, the captain, with Ella Toon, the number 7, just in front of the two holding midfielders. Then out wide, it looks like it's going to be Nikita Parris, formerly of Manchester City for 4 years, where she won the WSL with them in 2016. And Melvin Mallard also is going to play on the left, the French woman, should I say, on loan from Lyon. And up front, signed from Barcelona in the summer, won the Champions League with Barcelona last season, and that is Gais, the Brazilian striker, 25 years of age. She's got the one goal so far in the WSL, and that came last week to West Ham. And then, as you can see, the bench is just down below for Manchester United. And for Manchester City, goalkeeper Kiara Keating continues in goal. The 19-year-old signed a 3-year contract yesterday to keep her at Manchester City till 2027. It looks like it's going to be a back four. Right back, it looks like it's going to be Leah Alexandri, with the two centre-backs of Alana Kennedy and the returning Alex Greenwood, who missed the last couple of games due to the head injury she picked up away with England. And then at left-back, it looks like it's going to be Leila Ahabi, joined last summer from Barcelona. And then the midfield three of Yui Hasegawa, who joined last season from West Ham. Jill Rawdon, who signed in the first signing for City this summer from Wolfsburg. And then coming into the side, one of the few changes from their last week loss to Brighton, it is Felipe Angeldal, who hasn't scored or assisted yet this season in the WSL, but she does have a goal, which came in the League Cup a couple of games ago for Manchester City. And then a front three of a dangerous front three on the right. It's going to be Chloe Kelly, who got an assist at the Etihad against Manchester United last season in the 1-1 draw. On the left, it's going to be another Englishwoman, and it's going to be Lauren Hemp as well on the left-hand side, who scored for England in October in the last international break for the women. And leading the line is going to be Bunny Shaw, signed 2 years ago now from Bordeaux. Got the 2 goals against Manchester United, both in the first 2 games she played against them, both away from home as well. And she'll be looking to add to her tally this season, where she's only got the 2 so far this season, Bunny Shaw, and they both came in a 5-0 home win to Bristol City. So they're the 2 lineups, 2 starting 11s. There's going to be questions of who's playing where, especially for Manchester United, who have only 3 out-and-out defenders on the pitch. And there was a lot of discussion on Twitter before the game. I was having a look at Manchester United's Twitter and seeing what the fans were thinking that Mark Skinner was going to do with his Manchester United team. And a lot were saying that it's going to be Leah Galton at left back. Usually on the wings, Leah Galton, usually more of a goal scorer. She got the 10 last season. Leah Galton in the WSL, looking for a 30th goal in this division, as it's going to be City's kick-off kicking right to left towards the Stretford end, Manchester United left to right. Once the game kicks off, we can have a look and see who's playing where and everything in between, as the referee is Cheryl Foster, formerly a player herself, formerly Liverpool striker Cheryl Foster, as the referee does blow the whistle and all sets of players do take the knee before we kick off here at Old Trafford. As Hasegawa plays it back here to Kennedy, who slams it up the field for Manchester City, up down the left, looking for Kelly. Flicked on to Bunny Shaw here in a left wing position. Takes it down the byline, inside the box. It's had to be kicked out for a corner. And then a quick start for Manchester City. Good defending there by Millie Turner on Bunny Shaw to make sure she didn't enter the box and get a shot away. But it has conceded the corner, though, for Manchester United, as we've not quite been able to see the positions of each player and who's playing where. But it is more than likely going to be Leah Galton at full-back. That's going to be an in-swinger here on the near side for Manchester City. It's been put in towards the near post. It's been flicked on towards Bunny Shaw, who helps it on. Still alive, in the box. Greenwood heads it on. Another flick on into the hands of Mary Earps. A little bit messy there for Manchester United. A lot of free headers for Manchester City. They won the flick on at the near post. Then Bunny Shaw won the next header. And then the next header was won by Blue Shirt. Then that header fell to another header of City. And then another header. It was all head tennis for Manchester City there. Manchester United weren't really getting that close to Manchester City's players, but nothing came of it in the end. An easy save for Mary Earp, 6 yards out. As it's United trying to play out from the back here with Gase, turning Alex Greenwood and shoving the ball off Hasegawa and playing it through down the left, looking for a chasing Ella Toon, but it'll be dealt with by Alexandri. And Kiara Keaton in their 18-yard box will clear it forward, right through towards Millie Turner, who will let the ball through to the edge of her 18-yard box, where it'll be Mary Earps to have the ball for Manchester United in an all-yellow strip this afternoon. Mary Earps, as she clears away outside of her box, left foot beyond the halfway line, brought down by Gase, turns on the centre circle, looking to play Nikita Paris in behind. It's well intercepted by a Harby, and it's Manchester City to regain the ball inside their own half. And it's in their 18-yard box here with Kiara Keaton. And in our last commentaries on the WSL, we covered both of these teams, and Kiara Keaton unfortunately had quite a big mistake in their defeat away to Arsenal, where the ball went over her head as she came out of her 18-yard box to try and clear. But here's 2 losses in a row for Manchester City. The last time they went 3 on the bounce with losses was in September and October of 2021. And it's just something you cannot afford to do in the WSL. You cannot lose 3 on the bounce. Even 2 is really damaging your chances of winning the title. Something that City haven't done since 2016, as they've got it inside their own half, midway inside their own half here with Alana Kennedy. Out to the right here to Alexandri, who is usually left-footed here, is Kelly on the right-hand side, on the far side, playing it through. Cross goes in, blocked the first time, comes back out here to Angeldal for City, lays it back off to Kelly, who gets it into the 18-yard box. It's a lifted cross, it's a header won by Bunny Shaw, and it's an easy save down low to a left there for Mary Earps. And it's definitely been Manchester City who have been the better side in the opening exchange of this game, and in that game that we covered against Arsenal a couple of weeks ago, they also started off the better side, but did go 1-0 down, as Mary Earps is clear, it's full straight to the road, forward to Bunny Shaw, 20 yards out, entering the box, it's poked away from her by Zellum, and it'll go through for another corner, this time on the far side for Manchester City. It was a poor clearance there from Mary Earps, ball fell straight to Jill Roord, whose first thought was to get it to Bunny Shaw, who attempted to try and enter the box to get a shot away, but she was tackled by Katie Zellum, the Manchester United captain. And it's going to be another corner for Manchester City, which they caused some danger with their first one. Didn't result in a goal, but it asked the questions of the Manchester United defence. As Jill Roord goes short here to Chloe Kelly. Backwards to Hasegawa. Forward to Roord. Back it goes now to Harby. Left-footed. Lifted ball into the box. It's header won there by Millie Turner. And it'll be volleyed away by Mallard. Up towards Gase. It's won though by a Harby, but it's brought down by Nalsund. Won back by Roord, but the touch goes wayward and it's picked up by Toon, who feeds it out to the right hand side here on the near side to Mallard. Down the line looking for Parrish. Well, won back by a Harby, but she just ran out of pitch there on the near side. Thrown for Manchester United just inside their own half, and it does look like it's going to be Leah Galton at left back and Hannah Blundell at right back. So as you see on screen for Manchester United, that's how they're setting up today. Very attacking Leah Galton, usually a winger. And here she is on the ball, midway side her own half here. Number 11, Leah Galton. Forward towards Toon, who's facing her own goal. So goes back here to Maya Letitia. Joined last season from Brighton. Paid a release clause of £60,000. As Mary Earps sends it forward. It's a high one towards the halfway line. It's headed on by Mallard, but the loose ball's been picked up on halfway by Greenwood. And it's Manchester City back in possession. It's a good start from the blue side of Manchester at Old Trafford. 4th ever women's game to be played at this stadium. It's the first Manchester derby. And City are on top currently But anything can happen and everything can change. Greenwood, ball down the left channel, looking for Hemp towards the byline. It's won by Blundell, goes back to Earps, who clears it wayward. Out it goes for a throw-in for Manchester City in the final third here on the near side. As there is Mark Skinner, just looking very calm, the Manchester United head coach, who has won 45 of his 70 games in charge of Manchester United, joined 2 years ago. As City have got it here on the right-hand side. Angeldal, furthest right is Kelly, everything to her left in a right-wing position. One-on-one with Galton, invites to tackle there with the heavy touch, and it's cleared away for a throw-in for Manchester City. Good defending there from Leah Galton, who spent 5 years in America during her career. A 29-year-old playing for Hofstra Pride and Sky Blue FC. Now she's in the darker red of Manchester United. The throw-in goes towards the byline to Bunny Shaw. Been kicked the ball off Mallard, and it'll be another corner for Manchester City. She had Letitia on her back there, Bunny Shaw, and then Mallard was in front of her, and she was just able to swing the ball off Mallard and deflect out for another corner for Manchester City, again on the far side. Chloe Kelly's currently got the ball under her arm, so it looks like it's going to be an outswinger from the Manchester City winger, who did assist in this fixture last season in the home game, and she puts a ball in towards the far post. It's a header one onto the roof of the net, 6 yards out. I think it was Alex Greenwood who won the header. Yeah, it was the City captain. It was a gliding ball. It was a high one from Kelly into the edge of the 6 yard box, where at the far post, Alex Greenwood won the header on Leah Galton. And it just went on top of her head, and it couldn't quite loop down in time. And it's Manchester United play out from the back. Blundell clears down the line. It falls to Gase on the right-hand side. Pokes back for Manchester City by Wahabi into Greenwood as the Manchester City side win back possession. Greenwood down the line to Wahabi, just inside the City half here. Playing it inside here towards Road. Pickpocketed there, and the ball drops to Mallard. It's now Zellum for Manchester United on the near side. Mallard, surrounded by blue shirts, but she gets it back to Zellum. Midway inside the Manchester United half. It's on the right-hand side here with Hannah Blundell, who goes back here to Mary Earps. And you might remember during the summer in the World Cup, Mary Earps' England goalkeeper shirt wasn't put on sale by Nike, and they went on sale out of nowhere in October of 2023 and sold out pretty much instantly. There was a 170,000 signature petition to get her goalkeeper shirt on sale, and once it did, by Nike, and they caved in, it sold out instantly. As City have won back the ball in the centre circle. Hasegawa tackled strongly by the slight challenge of Ella Toon, but I think there's a free kick for Manchester City as Zellum pulled Bunny Shaw as she played the ball to Hasegawa. So free kick for Manchester City. 8 minutes in. It's been all City really so far in this WSL Manchester derby. Out to the left it goes to Hemp. Down the line here to Road towards the byline. In the 18-yard box, heavy touch. She keeps it in, and it's alive here for Bunny Shaw to keep it alive. Into the path of Lauren Hemp, and straight down the throat of Mary Earps. It needs to go to a corner there from Lauren Hemp. That's a great chance for Manchester City. It was played out to the left-hand side to Hemp, who got it down the line to Road, who nearly overran it, but just about kept it in. And Bunny Shaw got onto the loose ball, and then played it inside to Hemp, who unmarked had the chance to get a shot on goal, which she did, but just needs to try and find a corner there, really. Lauren Hemp, it was straight at the goalkeeper. And it's an early chance there for City with a shot on goal as the ball goes forward here to Gase from Manchester United. Brings it down superbly. She had a great start to the game to the Brazilian striker. She plays it down the right-hand side looking for Nikita Paris. And it's a really strong slide challenge from Alex Greenwood to stop her in her tracks. And it will be a Manchester United throw-in deep inside the City half as Nikita Paris has stayed down here, the former Manchester City player. It was a strong one from Alex Greenwood, who returns today. Last time she played for Manchester City was on the 21st of October, so nearly a month since she last played for City, but she had to miss the last couple of games due to that head injury she picked up on international duty away at Belgium. So, throw in here for Manchester United in a right wing area for the Red Devils. City got a bit of defending to do. They've not quite had anything to deal with, Manchester City, in terms of shots on goal. Throwing down the line here to Gase, tries to get into the box, and it's in the box, but it's a loose ball, cleared by Greenwood. Bunny Shaw can't hold it up. Back with Manchester United now, with Millie Turner. Goes back to the halfway line here to Letitia. Forward here it goes to Zellum, and a cross out to the left here to Galton. 10 yards inside the Manchester City half. Down the line it goes towards Mallard, picked up though by Alexandri. Good defending from the City right back. So Hasegawa, midway inside her own half here for Manchester City. Yet to have a shot, Manchester United. City have already had 6 with 3 on target. So we can definitely see who the better side has been so far, but City need to take some of these chances, something that they've failed to do this season, and that's why they've dropped off in the last couple of games, obviously losing their last 2 in the league. The last time they lost 2 in a row, Manchester City, was at the end of last season. They lost the last 2 games of the season, which meant they ended up finishing 4th behind Arsenal, who just pipped 3rd. Manchester United got it back in their own half here on the near side of Hannah Blundell. On the edge of the 18-yard boxes, number 27, Mary Earps, making a 95th appearance for Manchester United, joined the first season they returned to the top division of the women's game in 2019. As it's in the 18-yard box here with Turner, being pressed here by Hemp, dribbles it out of the 18-yard box. Good play there from Millie Turner, sends it out to the left-hand side. It's just a bit behind Aaliyah Galton there. And it'll be a throw-in for City inside the United half. They're back inside their own half here with the Australian Alana Kennedy, 28-year-old, for Manchester City. It's with Greenwood, a left centre half for Manchester City. Back on the edge of the 18-yard box with Keating. To the right to Kennedy. Back to Keating. Greenwood inside to Hasegawa. Tackled strongly there by Zellum. And Keating will clear only as far as Nalsund. And it drops to Alatoon. 25 yards from goal. Tackled though from behind by Roord. And cleared by Alexandri. Out wide left towards Hemp. Chests it down magnificently. And turns away from Blundell. Only for a moment as Blundell recovers. And pokes it away. And it's played back inside the United half. Now for Letitia. Good pressing there from Manchester United. Catching Hasegawa cold on the edge of the box. Couldn't quite get anything from it. As Gase sends it out to the right now to Nikita Paris. As I think a flag's gone up there on Nikita Paris as she questions the assistant referee's decision there. As it will be Manchester City to get back on possession. Kennedy. Ball forward and out wide to the right hand side to Alexandri. Inside now to Angledal. Back by Kelly to Alexandri on halfway. Then back once more into the Manchester City half to keep the ball moving now with Alana Kennedy, who didn't play any minutes last season in the Manchester derbies. The Australian centre half, who did feature heavily in Australia's World Cup run to the semi-finals, their home World Cup, where they were beaten in the last 4 by England, who then went on themselves to be beaten in the final by Spain 1-0. Still Kennedy on the ball inside her own half here. She drives forward towards the halfway line. Plays it out to the right now to Angledal. Down the line it goes to Kelly. Tries the 1-2 and it gets back to Angledal. And a forward pass down the right hand side is a little bit heavy. And it will run through for a goal kick for Manchester United. Tried to link up there. Both Angledal and Kelly on the Manchester City right. Couldn't quite link up successfully to create a chance. As this is the 12th meeting between these two sides. Manchester United with the 4 wins. One of the wins. Oh, Mary Earps' clearance tackled and blocked by Hemp. It will drop to Roord. 20 yards from goal. Try to enter the box, but it's a heavy touch and cleared by Letitia. Mary Earps getting away with that big time. Really good closing down by Hemp to put that slide challenge in to block the clearance. But again, just nothing came of it for Manchester City. But yeah, one of those 4 wins for Manchester United in this fixture came in the League Cup group stages where if it ends a draw, they have a penalty shootout to decide who wins an extra point. So technically a draw, but then also technically a win. So see how it is. But both of Manchester City's wins away from home against Manchester United have come in the FA Cup. They are yet to beat Manchester United away from home in the WSL since they returned to this division, Manchester United, back in 2019. Bunny Shaw, nice one too with Chloe Kelly. Bunny Shaw charging down the right hand side, tackled by Nalsund. And it'll be a throw in here for Manchester City, deep inside the United half on the far side here. Closing in towards the corner flag. That's how far up the pitch Manchester City have got. As it is. Alexandri with the throw in towards the corner flag. It's chested down by Kelly. Gets it back towards Alexandri. The ball's been kept in on the far side, and Kelly takes over again. Low ball into the box, tries to find Bunny Shaw, poked away as far as Mallard, who turns a Harby beautifully. Mallard away on the centre circle now. He's got Toon to her left, and he'll feed it to Ella Toon, who enters the box on the left-hand side, tries to pull it across, and it's a weak one, and it can be cleared away by Greenwood on the penalty spot. But it will be regained here on the left-hand side for Paris for Manchester United. Inside to Zella, midway side the City half. Switches out to the right-hand side. Great ball. Finds Blundell. Tries to play it inside onto the edge of the box to Gase. But it's been cut out by Hemp. It'll be a throw-in for Manchester United. Good counter-attack there from United. Really good turn on a Harby by Mallard. But nothing came of it as a strong side challenge from Hemp wins the ball. But I think there was a foul previously. And Manchester United have a free kick on the right-hand side. Great turn by Mallard, the loanee from Lyon, to get away from a Harby, and as she sprinted down the centre of the field, she played it out to the left to Toon, whose crossfield ball into the box was pretty poor in the end. She was off balance, and it was an easy clearance for Alex Greenwood. 16 minutes into this Manchester derby in the WSL, and it remains 0-0. But Manchester United have a chance here from the free kick on the near side. It's in the final third, so it's a great chance to get a cross in here, and a dangerous one. Katie Zellum is the one stood over it. She's already got 2 assists this season. Katie Zellum in the WSL. She wants a third here. Ball in. Far post. It comes off the head of Leah Galton. On the 6-yard line. She heads it far away from goal. But that's a chance, that. It was a nice floating ball in there by Zellum. Bit of curl on it as well. And Galton beat Kennedy to the header and just couldn't quite direct it goalwards. Wide it went. But I think, looking back at that, Galton will believe she probably could have got that on target, minimum. But unfortunately, it went wide of the post, as I do believe that's Manchester United's first shot on goal of the game, coming from the header of Leah Galton. Keating for Manchester City in the goal. Nice switch out to the right-hand side here to find Alexandri. Goes back into Kennedy, midway inside her own half here. The Manchester City centre-half, dribbling it forward. Going to be closed down here by Gase, the Brazilian striker, and she's been forced to go back here to the edge of the 18-yard box to Chiara Keating. And after the mistake she made against Arsenal, Keating, the manager, or the head coach, Gareth Taylor, came out and said that we back her, even though she's 19, that she's going to make mistakes, as Bunny Shaw has been fed through in the box on the right-hand side. Bunny Shaw, big save, Mary Earps. Should have been a goal. Too easy there for Manchester City to break through. It started with their goalkeeper, Keating, and they built from the back. Kennedy played a great ball. It was a zip ball to the right-hand side. It was first time forward by Kelly into the path of Angeldal, who got it in behind Letitia. Found Bunny Shaw on the right-hand side of the box, about 12 yards out. Not sure what Bunny Shaw was going for there, near post or far post. I think it was near post. And Mary Earp spread herself well to block with the left leg. But got to go across goal there for me, Bunny Shaw. Just not quite hitting the goals like she was last season. Corner goes in towards Bunny Shaw, headed won by Turner on the 6-yard line. It'll drop to the edge of the box here to Hasegawa. Back it goes towards the halfway line here for City to Harby. Ball out looking towards Hasegawa on the left, completely misplaced. Throwing for Manchester United. But that's the first real big chance of the game, that. And it probably should have been taken there by Bunny Shaw. Only the 2 goals so far in the WSL, and they both came in a 5-0 home win to Bristol City. But she's got to go across goal. Yes, it was a good save by Mary Earps, but Bunny Shaw's got to make it harder for Mary Earps, who clears it in her 18-yard box. It's not a great clearance again, but both Hasegawa and Nalsson miss it, and it drops to Gase on the halfway line. Gets it away from Greenwood and finds Toon, who sweeps it out to the right-hand side to find Mallard. Manchester United have got the chance here. Mallard enters the box on the right-hand side, left-footed ball across, and it can be cleared by Alexandri. Not quite sure who Mallard was aiming for, if it was Paris or Galton. But it was cleared in the end for Manchester City, as both sides now were just finding a foothold in the game, especially Manchester United, who had a slow start. As they've got it inside their own half here with Letitia. Across to her centre-back partner, Turner, who was once of Manchester City. During her younger days of playing football, she was at Stockport County, aged 10. Millie Turner then moved to the likes of Manchester City and Crewe as well, before settling at Manchester United. As the ball's been played forward here for Manchester United, into the path of Nalsson, into the path of Mallard, in the box, on the right side, cuts in, left foot, shot off the hand of Greenwood. And the referee gives a penalty. It does look like it come off the hand of an outstretched Alex Greenwood. And it's going to be a yellow card for Greenwood. and there's not many complaints. It's a frustrating one from Greenwood. I don't think it's intentional, but as Mallard hit the left-footed shot, the right arm was out. The right arm was out. I think she tried to tuck it away, out of the way, but for some reason Greenwood's got both her arms out. Strange, really strange from Greenwood. In that situation, you've got to have your arms behind your back. For some reason, both of her arms are out. And it came off the hand, and it's a rightly given penalty by the referee, Cheryl Foster. And it's a chance just over 20 minutes in for Manchester United to take a lead, which some might debate it's not deserved, because City have definitely had the more chances and more control. Zelland from the spot, into the bottom left corner. Chiara Keating got something to it, but couldn't keep it out. And the red side of Manchester take the lead in this WSL derby at Old Trafford. Penalty given away by returning Manchester City captain Alex Greenwood. Superbly dispatched by Katie Zelland, who gets her first goal of the season in the WSL. Not quite directly into the bottom left corner. It was helped onto the post by Keating and then into the back of the net. But, I mean, you don't want to be too harsh with handballs, but Alex Greenwood has got to move her hands away. Both of them were out. Not sure what she was thinking, but as the strike went towards goal, it came off the hand of Greenwood, and we have the first goal in the derby. Sorry, I've got the badges the wrong way around. I do completely apologise. Sort that out now. Just have that change. There you go. Sorry. 1-0 to Manchester United. Zelland from the 12 from the penalty spot. There's Alex Greenwood, clears down the City left. It's picked up by Blundell in the City half. Just about keeps it in. Tackled there by Kelly. He's just moved out to the left-hand side here, and it's Manchester United throwing. About 20 yards inside the City half. She throws it into Nalsund. It goes back to Blundell on halfway. Into her own half here with Turner. So United have a 1-goal lead. Scored by Katie Zelland. Just poor from Greenwood. I don't understand why. It's not even just like her right arm was out. Both arms were out. Like she was, I don't know, dancing or something. I'm not like I'm a dancer myself, but just confusing really. As she intercepts the Mallard pass, but Hasegawa can't get onto it. Mallard takes it on again, but then it's tackled by Angeldal. And the ball is given here to Chiara Keating in the 18-yard box, and she clears up towards halfway towards Bunny Shaw, who lets the ball bounce forward, but it's cleared away by Letitia. Out to the Manchester City left, where Ahabi can't get onto it. It's now with Mallard, who's tackled there by Ahabi. And he comes off Mallard last, and it'll be a Manchester City throw-in just inside their own half here, as they don't want to go 3 on the bounce with defeat. Manchester City, it just cannot happen if they want to try and go for this WSL title, which already looks a lot out of range now. As Gase has it here for Manchester United, running towards the 18-yard box, trying to poke it away from Hasegawa, and she does do so and plays it down the line here in the box for Paris. Back into Gase, pickpocketed there by Hasegawa, cleared by Ahabi, into the feet of Jill Roord, who goes back here into the 18-yard box for City to keep possession with Kennedy, and then forward it goes here to Alexandria, as City have just slowed down the last 5 or 10 minutes in terms of attacks. They've had a lot of the possession, but it's not quite forcing Mary Earps into many saves. Obviously, Bunny Shaw has, not too long ago, where she struck towards the near post. Kennedy for City, left-footed ball, out to the right-hand side here. It's been brought down by Hemp, but it invites the clearance from Leah Galton. And it'll go out will it go out? I think it's been kept in there. No, it has gone out. Throw in here for Manchester City, just inside their own half here. Throwing back into the path of Kennedy, as there's no real press here at the minute from Manchester United, as Chiara Keating's got it on the edge of the 18-yard box, out to the left to Greenwood. Now the press happens from Gase. Greenwood just about dispatches out to the left to Ahabi. Just inside the Manchester United half, on this near side. Down the line it goes to Kelly. Back to the United goal, so finds Ahabi in support. Then Ahabi loses out. Throwing for City, just in front of Mark Skinner, the Manchester United head coach. Throw in goes to Bunny Shaw on halfway. Who goes back here to Kennedy. Got options out to the right side, and we shall find Angeldal, who plays it forward, looking for Alexandria, but tackled strongly there by Letitia, only at the age of 21. Letitia was the record holder, and is the record holder for WSL appearances as a teenager, currently at the age of 21. Alexandri throws it down the line towards Hemp. It's been cut out by Leah Galton. Another throw in for Manchester City. Midway side, the United half on the far side. Bunny Shaw gets it down the right-hand side. She's going to put a cross in towards the far post. Can't find Kelly. Header won by Blundell. It will drop towards Mallard, who can't quite head it into the path of Nalsund. It's now Kelly in a left wing position. Towards the byline. Can she work across? It's a low one towards the near post where Angeldar will strike. It definitely deflects. It'll be a corner kick for Manchester City on the near side. That's better from the seam in blue. Kelly received it on the left-hand side here after United couldn't clear the lines. Just about worked a low cross into the near post where about 6 yards out, Angeldal's shot was blocked by Turner. And it was seen behind off the side netting for a corner. City need to respond as quickly as possible. In swinging corner, straight towards Earps, who punches it only as far as Greenwood. He strikes it twice, and that one goes over the bar. Greenwood's asking for a handball from her first attempt, but the second one went straight over the crossbar. Not dealt with well by Earps on the corner. Could have punched it further away, but it fell to Greenwood, who struck. I think it came off the back of Gase, and as she struck again 12 yards out, that was a wild one over the bar. I think it might have came off the leg of Gase, but Gase, the Manchester United striker, also had her hand straight in the air. So she's playing the risk of conceding the penalty, but I think it just came off her back or her leg. Couldn't quite make it out from the replay. As United can't play out from the back, Mary Earps, really poor ball, looking for Blundell at right back. Out of play it went, thrown for City deep inside the Manchester United half. It's just not a position you want to lose possession, really. You know, so deep inside your own half, it's inviting the pressure that you definitely don't want. There's Bunny Shaw. Gets it back to Ahabi, the throw-in taker. Back to Bunny Shaw again. Try to drive inside, playing it across. Great ball. Angeldal, 25 yards from goal. Playing it out to the right-hand side here to Kelly. Plays a ball forward. On the turn, Jill Roord. Nearly took it on there, 12 yards out. Nearly turned Millie Turner. But the touch was heavy and it fell through into the hands of Mary Earps, who is instructing her backline to push forward, and she's going to send this one long with a kick out of her hands. Mary Earps clears it up towards Paris. Header won by Kennedy. Can't be helped on by Roord, but it's headed backwards by Kelly to Greenwood, who lifts a ball into the Manchester United half. It's cut out by Turner, and the touch will go out to the right to Blundell. Inside to goal scorer Zellum, who is the person who is separating the two sides of her penalty. That was won after a Mallard shot. Was handled by Greenwood. As a switch out to the right by Earps towards Nalsund has been won back by City, and Hasegawa has been brought down on halfway. Free kick for Manchester City. Kennedy out to the right, it goes to Alexandri. Midway side the Manchester United half, it is Hemp on the ball. He's just gone out to the right wing position. I think Kelly's gone out to the left as she receives the ball here from Greenwood. Kelly, ball forward into the box to Roord. It's been forced out of the box by the press of Turner, but replays the ball back into Kelly. Ahabi, back into Greenwood on the left-hand side here. She plays a low ball forward into Hemp, who's just drifted back out to the left-hand side, gets away from Nalsund. Hemp on the edge of the box, plays it through to Roord, who will not get there ahead of Blundell. And the last touch comes off Blundell. Corner kick. Blundell is furious. She really believed the last touch came off Jill Roord. Let's have a look. She tried to see the ball out, Blundell. Great decision. Does come off Blundell's left foot last. And it's a corner kick and a rightly given one from Manchester City. Just under half an hour in. United still lead. In-swinger, near post. Helped on, but it's blocked by the leg of Gase. And it's now Zellum forward into the path of Gase, who charges down the Manchester United right. Early ball through. Great ball to Ella Toon. Has the flag stayed down? It has for the moment. Edge of the box. Back heels it into the box, looking for the run of Galton, but it's cut out by Bunny Shaw, who's in the right back position. Great tracking back from the striker as a ball down the right hand side towards Angeldal just runs out of play. Maybe a throw in for Manchester United. It's not quite the right decision there from Ella Toon. It's a great ball by Gase, a crossfield ball into the Manchester City half as Toon was onside. played onside by Harby. And as she was charging forward, Angeldar was getting back. And just needs to be a better ball, really, to find Leah Galton. But it's cut out by Bunny Shaw. But Manchester United have it midway side their own half here. Will Letitia, high ball out to the right, looking for Mallard, finds it on halfway, then ball forward to Nars Sund, who takes it on the turn and plays it through to Gase. Beats the offside trap, right side of the box, 6 yards out, got to score, she squares it instead, still alive! And a goal kick's been given. Gase, who was played through down the right-hand side, took it as close as she could to Keating, the City goalkeeper. Then instead of shooting, decides to square it. I don't know why. Gase really should have took the shot on. Didn't. And as she was charged in the box, Nikita Parris was waiting for the pullback. Took too long to make the pullback. And then it was blocked and cleared by Greenwood. No, it was Kennedy who slid in to clear it. And then the assistant referee believed that as Kennedy blocked it, it went out of play. Gase believed she kept it in, and then she poked it into the far corner. But it was given as a goal kick. I don't know how that's been given as a goal kick, as Kennedy was the last one to get the touch, and as Gase tried to keep it in. She did put it in the back of the net, Gase. City have run it back here quickly. Kelly in the left wing position, 1-on-1 with Blundell. Bit of trickery on the left, working some space, trying to get a cross in here, Kelly. Playing it to Hemp, as the two wingers trying to link up here for City. Harby in the final third here. The left back's got forward, wanting to cross. She will cross to the edge of the box, headed away by Zellum. Not as far as Kennedy in the centre circle for Manchester City. Plays it forward and out to the left to Hasegawa. Misplaced ball. Mallard picks it up. Forward it goes to Toon on halfway. Then out to the right to Gase again. Starting to become really dangerous from these situations in Manchester United as Gase charges into the box. But she's been tackled by Hasegawa. Cleared by the Japanese international. As it will be Manchester City throwing midway inside their own half here. Just a weird one with that chance where Gase obviously got the ball given to her and she charged into the box and then waited too long for both options. She waited too long to either shoot and too long to cut back, which she did. And then the cutback was blocked by the side challenge of Kennedy in the 6-yard area, as it was going to be put on a plate there for Nikita Parris. And as Kennedy got the clearance, Gase tried to keep it in on the byline. And as she kept it in, her touch came inside, then she shot in and got the ball in the back of the net. But the assistant referee on this near side believed that the ball had gone out of play, I think. But if the assistant referee thought that the ball went out of play, I'm not too sure all the ball went out of play. But we'll have to have a look at that further at half-time. But there's definitely a debate on that. As Greenwood's ball's misplaced, but that touch from Mallard is shocking. Straight to Roord, out to the left to Harby for Manchester City, midway inside the United half, twisting, turning, being pressed here by Mallard, trying to win the ball back for a side. Greenwood down the line to Kelly, takes it on the turn, trying to get away from Nars Sund, and she does do so on the outside. Kelly enters the box on the left-hand side, across it goes, Roord with the shot! And City equalise in the derby. It's superb from the creator, Kelly, and it's an expert finish from Jill Roord. Jill Roord is City's leading scorer this season in the WSL. It's 4 now for the new signing brought in from Wolfsburg in the summer. Jill Roord hadn't scored in her last 3 WSL games, but that changes today. Great turn from Chloe Kelly, and to get around the outside of Narsson and then to pull it back to Jill Roord, who let the ball come across her body, then a little right-footed touch into her path to allow her to pull the trigger to shoot through the legs, I think, of Millie Turner. Mary Earps left flat-footed as the ball was guided into the bottom left corner. Expert attacking play from Roord and Kelly. As at Old Trafford with 10 minutes to go before half-time. This Manchester City, who level, it's 1-1. Am I going crazy? Oh, Bunny Shaw's won it. Edge of the box. In the box. First shot blocked. Comes back to Shaw. Lays it off to Hemp. Left-footed strike into the top left corner. And within a matter of minutes, Manchester City lead. It's catastrophic defending from Manchester United. And in the first Manchester derby, in the WSL, played at Old Trafford. It's been spun right on its head. What a rapid turnaround. Hemp with the goal. It's the second of the season. United played out from the back. Katie Zellum being pickpocketed by Hasegawa. And then it fell to Shaw, who had one shot which was blocked by Zellum. And then she laid it off to the right to Hemp, who swung it top left corner. What a finish from City's number 11. No chance for Mary Earps. Off the bar and in. Opened up the body, swinging it to the far corner. Grazed the top of the crossbar, the underneath of the crossbar, and into the back of the net. And City take the lead. What a crazy last couple of minutes. Mark Skinner will be absolutely furious how his side have let that lead slip just so quickly. Especially conceding like they did for that second goal. Katie Zellum, who's usually so reliable playing out from the back. And he does say, when people describe Katie Zellum online, they call her a risk taker. And that time, I think the risk was too big. And it's led to the goal. Just being too slow on the ball. Hasegawa picked it up. Shaw had one attempt. It failed, so she decided to lay it off. And then Hemp certainly did the rest. There it is, Rhodes' fourth goal of the season in the WSL, second away from home. She scored on the opening day, away at West Ham. Now she scored at Old Trafford, but that was the equaliser, and then Hemp scored the goal to put them ahead. Goal in the 34th minute, a goal in the 35th. That is absolutely crazy. Come on, United, let's get another goal. I think you put that in a bit. I think you put that in at 1-0. I think you jinxed it there, Carlos, unfortunately. As City have the lead. Two superb goals, though. I mean, the first one was great skill from Kelly, and the second one was given to them on a plate, really, but the finish was absolutely fantastic. As a cross there by, I think that is Gase, goes right through and out of play for a goal kick. They even hit the side netting there, quite a wayward cross there. But there's still debate. Did Gase keep that ball in? I think that ball's still in play. It was at 1-0 when Gase was played through. She pulled it across, and the pull back was cleared away by Kennedy, but Gase tried to keep it in on the byline, and I think she kept the ball in. And as she kept the ball in, she shot on goal and got it pretty much put into an empty net. But the assistant referee and the referee thought that the ball had already gone out, so the goal kick was given, or whatever decision was given. I think it was a goal kick, which doesn't make sense because it should have been a corner if Kennedy got the last touch out of the play. But it wasn't given, and City scored two quick-fire goals. In a fixture they've never won in the WSL. They've never beat Manchester United away from home. They've beat them twice away, both in the FA Cup, in January of 2020 and in February of 2022. As it is, Rode, who got the equaliser on the ball, towards the halfway line, switches out with a curling ball to the right hand side, finds Alexandra, who gets forward from fullback, ball inside to Hemp, back out to Alexandra in the right wing position here for Manchester City, back to the United goal, so goes back here to Hasegawa, who goes across to the left to Harby, taking no chances, played it back into the City half here with Greenwood, being closed down here by Gase, keeps it away from the Brazilian striker, plays it out to the left on halfway to Harby, down the line it goes to Kelly, back inside to Harby, to her right now to Rode, tackled by Toon, and the ball deflects out to the left side for a throw-in for Manchester City. Who probably on the overall scheme of things, Manchester City have probably been the better side in terms of possession and chances, but Manchester United have done really well on the counter-attack. That's where they've caused their issues for Manchester City. But you cannot concede two goals like that so quickly, especially the second one, giving it away on the edge of the box like that when you've just conceded the goal. City still have it. Fed out to the right-hand side here to Angeldal. Try to link up here with Hemp. The ball short. Comes off Hemp last. It's a throw-in for Manchester United in their left-back area here. With Leah Galton, who's got her hands on the ball. Manchester United's number 11. Contract runs out at the end of this year for Leah Galton, which does have a year extension option. Throw-in's been won, though, by Angeldal, who goes inside now to Kelly in the box. On the right-hand side, a shot's poor. It's blocked by Turner, then cleared by the United centre-half, as far as Rode, midway inside the Manchester United half. And Man City played it back to halfway to Kennedy, who's not being pressed here for Manchester City, so has time to assess her options. Gets it out to the right-hand side here to Alexandria. Back into the City half it goes here with Alana Kennedy. Goes forward here to Wahhabi, drifted inside from left back. Tries to play it ball through. What a ball that is. Kelly takes it on first time. Great save by Mary Earps. It's a really good save. It's a fantastic ball right through the United defence there by Wahhabi to find the run of Kelly, who made the run inside. And she could have took a touch there, Kelly. But inside took it on first time, edge of the box. And although it's a good save by Earps, it's pretty close to the goalkeeper, who just had to go down low right ever so slightly to parry the ball wide. She'll feel she could have done better with that, Chloe Kelly. Definitely could have took an extra touch to get closer to goal and then have a shot. But she had to take it on first time, and it's a good save by Earps. And Kelly on this near side now has the corner. It's a high one into the 6-yard box. It's helped towards the far post where it's picked up by Nikita Paris, who drives away for United. Can't play it forward to Toon as it's cleared away by Wahhabi. And it's a wild clearance. It goes right over the crossbar and goal kick for Manchester United, taking no prisoners there. Leila Wahhabi, the Spanish defender for Manchester City. He spent 11 years at Barcelona. Great ball through though by Wahhabi to find Kelly, and she should have took an extra touch there, Chloe Kelly. She'll be disappointed with herself there, and she'll definitely want to get on the score sheet. Manchester City number 9 is Earps from the goal kick. Had a won by Wahhabi, but it drops to Nalsund in the Manchester United midfield. It's now with Zellum. Back to left centre half here, Turner, who's been forced to go back into the 18-yard box here with Mary Earps. Touch out of her feet, sprays it out to the right side, finds Hannah Blundell. Heavy touch forward, it's a good touch as well. Get it into her feet, and then plays it over the top. Gase has been found offside. Sorry, it's actually Nikita Paris, who was found in the offside position. Do apologise if you hear any sniffling or any coughing or anything. Currently under the weather, you might say. And if you can hear that in the voice, I do apologise as well. I do sound a little bit blocked up. But couldn't miss this one. More WSL action brought to the channel. It's Kiara Keating from the free kick from the offside. It goes right through past Kelly. Throwing for Manchester United in their right back area towards the corner flag. Throws it quickly into Letitia. Gets it back to Blundell. Letitia again on the byline. Back to Blundell. Right on the corner flag. Left footed clearance down the line. Headed back forward by Hasegawa. Volley away from Zellum was poor. Straight back to the feet of Hasegawa. Gets into Kelly. Takes on Blundell again. On the outside. Towards the byline. Tries to cut back. But Blundell stops it. Another corner for Manchester City. They've definitely been the better side, Manchester City. The stats show it by far. They've had 60% possession. They've had 15 shots and 7 on target. Manchester United have had 4 shots, 1 on target. And that 1 on target, I think, was the penalty. So Greenwood, the Manchester City captain, has come back in, and despite giving away the penalty, she's leading her side currently away at United 2-1. Corner goes in, it's a lifted one again. Bunny Shaw on the penalty spot missed it, went right through to the far post where it's cleared away by Ella Toon, number 7 for Manchester United. Interestingly enough, Ella Toon actually spent a couple of years at Manchester City, ended up playing 5 times for the blue side of Manchester for the first team. Didn't score any goals for them before joining Manchester United when they were re-established back in May of 2018. Throwing goes to Bunny Shaw, back to goal. So tries to go back into the path of Hasegawa. First try is intercepted, but it goes back to Shaw, who then gets it back to the halfway line to Wahhabi. So with Greenwood on halfway. Left-footed ball over the top. It's a long one. Looking in behind for Hemp. Hits a header away by Galton. Helped away by Letitia. Headed on by Toon towards halfway. Kennedy wins it ahead of Gase. And the volley forward drops to Bunny Shaw, who will take it out to the right-hand side. Tackled though by Galton, who gets it away from Hemp. Edge of the box is Zellum. Taking no chances this time. Left-footed high clearance. Arda player goes for a Manchester City throw-in. Still in the United half. If you are enjoying, make sure you like and subscribe. This won't be the last WSL commentary on the channel. We'll make sure we bring plenty of more throughout the year. But liking and subscribing and sticking around really does help the channel out. I want to start hopefully getting monetised soon. We've got the 1,000 subscribers. We just need watch hours, and then hopefully I could maybe do this a lot more often on a paid basis. I don't know how good the pay would be. As Roard pokes out to the left to Kelly, who gets there ahead of Blundell. Towards the byline, tries the shot at the near post. I think it'll be a goal kick. bit of a tight angle there, and I think if someone was in the box there or darting in towards goal, I think Kelly might have pulled that back, but I don't think there was really any options for her, so she decided to go herself and shoot towards the near post, and it was wide by Kelly's. 3 minutes of additional time has been indicated by fourth official Rebecca Welch. As Mary Earps from the goal kick, it's a long one up towards halfway. Header won by Greenwood, drops to Hasegawa in the Manchester United half. Out to the left it goes here to Road. Back into the City half on the near side here with a Harby, the left back. Keeps the ball moving with number 5, Alex Greenwood, who played every single minute for England at the World Cup in the summer. To get the one assist as well during the World Cup, which came in the group stage win against China. City still have it inside their own half. Nikita Parris a little bit too aggressive with her closing down of Angledal. There'll be a free kick for Manchester City, midway side of their own half here on the right-hand side. And there'll be Kiara Keating to adventure out of her 18-yard box to take this free kick with 2 minutes to go. It's a high one, down the City right. Bunny Shaw's going to go for it, headed one by Galton. Helped on towards Hasegawa, which cut out by Toon, who finds Gase. And now Nelson into Millard on the right-hand side. Midway side the City half. Millard slows the play down, waiting for the runners in behind. Picks out Toon, edge of the box, and the whistle blown. Flag goes up. Ella Toon had just gone too early. In fairness, I don't know if Ella Toon went early or the pass was too late. We'll wait and see. Definitely the right decision. I thought when the ball was played, Toon had just gone too early. Frustrated there, Ella Toon being caught offside. We're not going to get a replay, but she definitely was offside. I just think the pass was too late. I think the run was decent. Just saw it a second too late. As City have it on the edge of the 18-yard box with goalkeeper Keating, who in their last away game in the league saved a penalty in the first half against Arsenal, which stopped it going 2-0. But couldn't save Zellum's today. As Bunny Shaw's pass is short, picked up by Parris in the City half. Nikita Parris driving out towards the right-hand side. It's going to be taken over here by Ella Toon. Then played back out to the left of Galton. He's getting forward from full-back. Furthest left there is Zellum. Plays it into the run of Galton, who gets the ball across into the 6-yard box. It's well collected and caught by Kiara Keating, who didn't let that ball spill out of her hands. Didn't want to let any scraps there for Parris or Gase to feed on. And with 20 seconds to go until half-time, it looks like Manchester City are going to go into the break with the lead. As number 35 here, Keating, throws it in front of her on the edge of the 18-yard box. And she will clear it forward off the deck, down the City left, where it will be brought down by Maya Letitia. And it will go through to Mary Earps. And we've played the 3 minutes of additional time. And the referee, Cheryl Foster, blows for half-time, and it has been a frantic and entertaining first half at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Manchester City in the WSL. Manchester City have been the team on top, and they were dominating the opening exchanges of the game, but it all changed in the 21st minute when Katie Zellum from the spot scored to put Manchester United 1-0 up. It came from a Millard shot, and it was blocked by Alex Greenwood with her hand, and it meant that the referee only had one decision, and that was to give a penalty kick. And it was dispatched by Katie Zellum to score her first goal of the season, her first since March of last season, where she scored against West Ham. Manchester City, though, did not let that goal deter them from playing the way they usually play, keeping the ball, trying to create chances, but being patient in possession. And 2 goals came within a blink of an eye. Down the left-hand side, Chloe Kelly went the long way around Nelson, got around the holding midfielder for Manchester United, put a low pull back into the box where Road let it run across her body. She took one touch and then struck through the legs of Millie Turner into the bottom left corner. Mary Earps stood still, couldn't get anywhere near it. And Manchester City got a quick equaliser, but within a minute they were back. They were in front. Lauren Hemp with the goal, but it came from Katie Zellum being pickpocketed on the edge of the box by Maya Hasegawa, whose touch went through to Bunny Shaw, who had one shot, which was blocked by Zellum. She then fed it out to the right side of the box to Lauren Hemp, who first time opened at the body, swung it towards the top left corner, came off the underside of the bar and in. And within 2 minutes, City had a 2-1 lead. It's been all Manchester City. 60% possession for the blue side of Manchester. 16 shots, 7 on target, compared to Manchester United's 4 shots and 1 on target. Manchester City have definitely been the better side, but Manchester United have been dangerous on counter-attacks. And at half-time, at Old Trafford, it is Manchester United 1, Manchester City 2. What a good half. Make sure you return for the second half, because it is going to be the same, if not probably better, because United are going to be chasing the game, and they want to win in front of this Old Trafford crowd. But City have had plenty of chances. So have United, in fairness. They could have gone 2 up with Gase, with her chance, where she was played in behind. She pulled it across the 6-yard box. It was cleared by Kennedy, and it looked like Gase had kept the ball in from the clearance, but the assistant referee thought the ball had gone out of play, and Gase, who eventually put the ball in the back of the net, the goal didn't stand. So, definitely debates for United, and a strong argument that they probably should have maybe gone 2-0 up there with the Gase opportunity. But it simply wasn't given, and City are now 2-1 in front instead. Does seem to have calmed down slightly, the weather. I mean, it was pouring down at Old Trafford, and it was pouring down where I live. Sorry if you are getting any buffering. If you are, I do apologise. The weather still isn't amazing, but yeah, it was pouring before Old Trafford before the game, in just absolute, plain Manchester style. In Manchester, when it rains, it really does pour. And I do feel sorry for those fans who have gone to Old Trafford, because they'd be absolutely soaked, but they have been rewarded with a fantastic first 45 minutes. It's been a really exciting game. We've kind of had contrasting styles. We've had Manchester City, who like to keep the ball, be patient, work openings themselves, and then we've had Manchester United, who have gone for more of a sit-back approach and counter-attack, and those counter-attacks have been really dangerous for Manchester United. They've been causing some panic in the back line for Manchester City. When they've got the pace of Paris and Milan and Toon and Gase charging forward all at once, it can be quite not scary, but it starts to worry a defence. But City have dealt with it, and the goal did come from a penalty given away from a handball, so City have defended decently, but that handball was just crazy from Alex Greenwood, having her hands out the way she did. But Manchester City, the men's team, recently came to Old Trafford and won 3-0. Won't quite have the same scoreline this time out. Manchester United have scored. But let's have a look at the penalty incident. Mallard cutting on the right hand side onto a left foot, shot towards goal. And to be fair, the shot from Mallard wasn't great. I think it was going straight at Keating down the centre of the goal. But for some reason, Alex Greenwood had both of her arms out. I'm not joking. Like, she was like, I'm going to look like a right fool, but I'll do it. But she was stood like that. Like, she had her arms. See how oversized this shirt is. She had like her arms out like that. It's like, I don't understand. And then the ball came off her hand, and the referee gave the penalty, and it was dispatched by Zell in bottom left corner. Keating did get a touch to it onto the post, but it wasn't enough to avoid it. And then the disallowed call came 10 minutes later, in the 31st minute. Nalson with a great ball through to Gase on the right side of the box. Just took too long to square it. Should have done it sooner, or should have shot sooner anyway. One of the two, square it or shoot, should have happened a few seconds before. And as Kennedy cleared away the pullback, Gase on the byline tries to keep it in, and it's so close if it's out or not. It really is close. Like the free framed it in. It's one of them. Like, if you look at it from above, is all the ball out of play? Probably not. And at that point, it goes 2-0 United. I'm presuming the assistant referee had a flag up for a goal, for a goal kick. It can't be offside. And that's a big check, because if it goes 2-0, then, City have got such a huge mountain to climb. But literally, that happened in the 31st minute, and then City scoring the 34th and the 35th. So that was a real game changer, that moment, the Gase disallowed goal. Because it would have really changed the whole complexity if Manchester City were 2-0 down. It wouldn't have changed it at all. City would have kept doing the same thing, even if they were 2-0 down, being patient in their possession play. But great goal from Road. Good work from Kelly down the left-hand side. About 14 yards away from goal, in the box. Jill Road, right-footed, bottom left corner. Really good finish. It was one that she couldn't dwell on. Jill Road, she had to get it, touch, shoot. There was no hesitation. She knew what she had to do. She knew where she was in the box. And literally 10 seconds from kickoff, Zellum picked up the ball about 20 yards from goal. Tackled by Hasegawa. Bunishaw's first shot was blocked. She then laid it off to the right to Hemp, who, gets a beauty. Curls it top left corner, off the underside of the bar. It really is good from Lauren Hemp, who is a fantastic finisher in her own right. She got 7 goals last season in WSL. Lauren Hemp, no goals or assists against Manchester United last season. But that is one that she'll remember, especially at the Stretford end at Old Trafford against your rivals. It's one you're going to remember, isn't it? And I'm sure Lauren Hemp is absolutely delighted with her goal. But as it stands as well, it's very important to mention the WSL standings at the minute. So Chelsea are top with 19 points from a possible 21. Arsenal are second on 16 points. Manchester City would go third on 13 points. And then Manchester United and Tottenham would be fourth and fifth on 12. So it does just keep Manchester City in touching distance of the top two. I mean, I think Chelsea are going to be incredibly hard to catch. But they're not out of distance yet, because obviously City have still got to play Chelsea again away from home. So I just think as ridiculous it is, you've got to remember the WSL have 22 games a season, and this is game week 7. Manchester City probably have to win every game this season that they've got left if they really want to win the WSL. They went on a great run last season. Manchester City, they went 14 unbeaten from October to March, where they won 12 and they drew 2, and their run came to an end against Arsenal away from home. So Manchester City can put runs together where they just win games. So they can do it, but when you're chasing down Chelsea, it's difficult. It really is. But this win would stop them from going 3 on the bounce with defeat in the league. It would only be 2 losses on the bounce. If it is buffering, please let me know. I hope it isn't for anyone, but if it is, there's nothing I can do about it. But it shouldn't be. For some reason, mine is on my computer, and I have no idea why. But as long as it's not buffering for you guys, then that's the main thing. As the second half will be getting underway in a couple of minutes' time. We did have 3 minutes of added on time, so yeah, second half will get underway about 2 or 3 minutes' time. But can City build on their lead, or can Manchester United pull them back and go on to win the game? Obviously, they are yet to lose this season, Manchester United, in the WSL. They've lost 1 game so far. Came away from home against PSG in Champions League qualifying. So they are not used to defeat. Manchester United, especially in the league. But too many draws, though, this season for Manchester United. 3 in WSL, 4 in all competitions, because they drew their home game against PSG in Champions League qualifying. Will today end a draw? Very much a possibility. But I just hope for similar intensity. Like, both teams are really, going for it, and offered a fantastic first 45 minutes. As for both of these sides, Manchester United in the week have got Liverpool away in the League Cup group stages, and City have got Leicester at home in the group stages. And then after that, Manchester United have got, the next 3 games, including that Liverpool game, is away from home. They've got Bristol City away on the 26th next week, and then the international break, and then after that is Spurs away on the 10th of December. And then for City, they've got back-to-back home games, 3 home games on the balance, including that League Cup game. They've got Spurs and Aston Villa coming up in the league at home. Games that you'd probably expect them to win, but they lost to Brighton last week, 1-0 at home, Manchester City, after having 66% possession and 35 shots with 13 on target, and were beaten in the 81st minute by Lee Goon-min of Brighton, who drew in our last commentary in the WSL, where they drew 2-2 with Manchester United, which was a great game as well. 98th minute equaliser it was for Manchester United through Rachel Williams. So just great, honestly, just fantastic games in the WSL. It just does not fail for drama. That is for sure. They're entertaining. Still trying to find out if that Gase touch had gone out of play. At 1-0, it would have been 2-0 as well, but the goal wasn't given, and Manchester City literally a few minutes later went up the other end and scored 2. So Manchester United went from possibly being 2-0 up to 2-1 down. Quite the contrast of emotions for Manchester United fans. Thinking you're going 2 up, and then literally 4 minutes later you're 2-1 down. But the next commentary is coming up on the channel. There is a lot coming up next week, because we've had an international break in the men's game. So, coming up, we have got Barnet against Oldham in the National League on Wednesday. That's on the 22nd of November. I think it's 8 o'clock kick-off, but it could be 7:45. But Wednesday, that's Barnet against Oldham. And then at the weekend, we've got Brentford against Arsenal on the Saturday. And then we're doing Aberdeen against Rangers on the Sunday. And then we'll have some midweek commentaries coming up as well, with Ipswich Millwall on the 29th of November and AEK Athens against Brighton on the 30th, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So they're the kind of commentaries coming up in the next few weeks. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you know when I go live. And check the channel before certain games to see if I'm commentating on them, because I do schedule the games before they happen. As both sets of players are out for the second half. So we just go to another advert. As always, if you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic, as the second half is about to get underway. So make sure you stay out, don't go anywhere, as we're going to have another, hopefully, fingers crossed, another 45 minutes like the first. As Manchester United will not panic, but they don't want this game to slip away from them, that is for sure. And as well, they will be attacking the Stretford end, which I think is also very important. As it looks like Manchester United are going to make a change. I think it's going to be Jade Riviere, the right back, the Canadian. So he's going to replace number 22, Nikita Parris. Didn't quite have a huge impact, Nikita Parris. Who's pretty quiet despite being so good this season so far for Manchester United. 3 goals in the WSL 6-0 competition. She got a hat-trick in their last League Cup game against Everton. So she's come off and replaced by Riviere. So that means Blundell will go back to left back, Riviere right back, and now Galton can play out wide on the left. So Galton's now at left wing. So it's definitely a beneficial change for Manchester United. Despite taking an attacker off for a defender, it means another attacker can go forward. As a long ball forward by Manchester United from kick-off is dealt with by Manchester City into the hands of Kiara Keaton. And we are underway for the second half at Old Trafford. 2-1 to the blue corner. It's Kiara Keaton. Kicks out of her hand. Right-footed. Out to Alexandri at right back for City. Inside it goes to Angeldal. Back to Alexandri. Midway side of her own half here. Down the line it goes towards Angeldal, who just runs out of room there. But the last touch comes off Zelen. Oh no, fouled from behind there. Angeldal by Zelen. Been a bit too hard on Angeldal there. Zelen, as the ball goes forward towards Bunny Shaw. Last touch comes off Turner. Another throw in here for Manchester City. Midway side, the opposition half on this near side. Be Alexandri to throw it back towards the halfway line here to Kennedy, who just about keeps it in. Poking it forward to Alexandri. Heavy touch allows the tackle there from Gase. And it'll be a throw in for Manchester United. Last touch came off Alexandri, who tried to make up for losing the ball there. Riviere was one of the ones dropped from their 5-0 win last week against West Ham. Gase, Turner, Parrish, Garcia and Mallard scored in that 5-0 win last week. Turner, edge of the box, overdoing it. Just about shifts it though. To Zelen. Then out wide to Blundell. Forward to Elatoon, who's peeled out to the left-hand side here. Try to pass the halfway line here, but forced backwards by Angeldal. Forward it goes by Blundell, but picked up by Hasegawa. So Angeldal. Surrounded by red shirts, and the last touch comes off comes off a red shirt, the last touch. Throw-in for Manchester City, just inside the United half. As the throw-in here is with Laya Alexandri, 23 years of age, the number 4 for Manchester City. It's now a Bunny Shaw in the right wing position, forward into the path, looking for Chloe Kelly, but it's been intercepted and cleared there by Millie Turner. Who was one of the ones who got her first goal of the season. Turner, last week against West Ham. Yet to lose, Manchester United. Will that change today at Old Trafford? Alexandri with the throw. Midway side of the United half here. Still on this near side for Manchester City. Throws it to Hasegawa, who gets it back into the path of Alexandri, who's caught Elatoon in the face there. Oh no, this could be a red. I hope it's not. Elatoon's not making anything of it. I think it's just an accidental slap in the face there by Alexandri. Who will be a yellow card though. I think she's just using her arms to protect herself, but got a little bit too aggressive and just slapped Toon in the face. No, just a bit of a grab of her face. Just try to shield the ball there. Nothing serious. Toon didn't make anything of it. Well, didn't make too much of it. Free kick given. Yellow card given by the goalkeeper. By the referee on Alexandri. But the referee did become Wales's first referee to referee a World Cup in 45 years in the summer of this year. Cheryl Foster, part of the officiating teams at the World Cup, making a bit of history. Formerly a player of the referee, as I mentioned a bit before. Used to be a striker for Liverpool, but now a referee after her career's finished. Her playing career, anyway. City have won the ball back in their own half here. It's with Hemp on the left-hand side, just inside her own half. Lifted ball down the channel, looking for Bunny Shaw, who will get there ahead of Letitia. But the touch is heavy, runs out of pitch on the far side. Throw in for Manchester United. We've scored the 18 goals now so far this season. And it is something they need to do more of. They did score 7 10 days ago in the League Cup at home to Everton. As I mentioned before, 3 for Nikita Parris, and then Williams, Ladd, Gacy and Galton also added to the score sheet. So they can definitely score, Manchester United, obviously including the 5 as well they got last week. But the City side will be difficult to break down. Letitia, midway side her own half, it goes back into the 18-yard box out to Mary Earps. First time clearance, it's a big one, it's a high one. Out towards the right-hand side here, header won by Ahabi on Gase. It's now back in possession for City in their own half. With Alana Kennedy, the Australian, for Manchester City. Got options to a right of Alexandri. Being forced to go backwards now to Kiara Keaton. Switched out to the left. brilliantly brought down by Harvey. Ball inside to Bunny Shaw, inside the Manchester United half. Switches out to the right, cut out momentarily by Blundell. But it'll be Kelly to get the afters. And the ball will drop to Angledahl. On this near side, Alexandri. Back inside to Angledahl. Tackle from behind by Zelen fairly. It's now back with United. Zelen forward to Toon. Takes it on the turn nicely. Down the United left. Passes the halfway line with a ball forward. Looking for Galton. Too heavy. Runs into the path of Alexandri for Manchester City, who plays it to Kennedy. Ball down the line to Angledahl. Once more into Kelly. Back to goal. Being forced back by Blundell. Can Kelly get rid of this ball? No, it's won back by United through Galton. Now Toon. Looking inside for the options. Tackled though by Alexandri. Poked away by Hasegawa. And then as she played it down the line there to Angledahl, the Manchester United midfielder, Swedish international, brought down there. Free kick for Manchester City, which has already been taken. Keating plays it forward to a Harvey, who is coming inside from left back. A Harvey doing that Pep Guardiola way of putting a full back into midfield as the ball forward by Kennedy's pretty poor, cleared by Letizia, but that clearance isn't too much better. Picked up by Hasegawa in the centre circle, just inside the Manchester City half. Completes a couple of 1-2s with Greenwood, who then sends a long ball, high one down the left hand side, chested down by Hemp beautifully, and gets away from Riviere. Good skill from Hemp, but the touch is too heavy. Allows Riviere to recover and clear down the line to Millard, who's coming back in a right back position here. Millard to try and help United defend. Goes back to Letizia. High clearance down the line. Out of play it goes. Manchester City throwing. Just couldn't quite make the ball stick there. Maya Letizia, Manchester United. And it's quite crazy, but Manchester United only conceded 12 goals last season. 14 clean sheets, 8 at home, 6 away. Won Mary Earps the Golden Glove. But this season already, now including today, they've conceded 8 goals now this season. 4 more, and they've equalled all of last season, which I find crazy. As Bunny Shaw stayed down here from the throw-in. Looks in quite a bit of discomfort here, the Jamaican. Is she holding the back of her head? I'm not quite sure. 7 minutes into the second half. Ahabi took the throw-in towards Bunny Shaw. She was being closed down from behind by Millard. I think she's holding her neck. I'm not quite. It might be the way she landed awkwardly on her neck. I'm not quite sure. But this is quite the worry for Gareth Taylor and Manchester City. Even though Bunny Shaw hasn't got a great record against the top teams in the WSL, she did score 20 last season. 31 in all competitions. 53 goals for Manchester City since she came from Bordeaux 2 and a bit years ago now, Bunny Shaw. So she's still down here, Bunny Shaw. Medical staff just holding her head here. So it's definitely an awkward landing towards the neck area for Bunny Shaw. 26-year-old, number 21 for Manchester City. And again, they still show this disallowed goal from Manchester United. And I think really, if you were to see that ball from an over-the-top view, like that, like from over the top looking down, that ball probably is still in play. And that would have put Manchester United 2 goals to the good, but the referees decided that the ball had gone out of play, that Gage didn't keep it in. And a couple of minutes later, City were 2-1 up, when United were nearly 2-0 up themselves. So a bit of a break in this second half as Bunny Shaw still receives treatment. Not quite sure where she's at. Manchester City's striker. She's been helped back to her feet here. And she's going to walk off the field. Not quite sure if she'll be okay to continue. I think she will be. Hopefully anyway, for Manchester City's sake. Just slowly walking. Bunny Shaw. It's just that right side of her neck that she's holding. So 10 minutes into the second half. Not had many huge chances. The ball's been dropped to the path of Mary Earps. As United will build from the back here. Bunny Shaw wants to come back on, but she'll have to wait 30 seconds with the new rules. That's how long players have got to wait. Oh no, there's no rules. I don't know if that... Genuinely, those rules might not apply to the WSL. I don't know, but I know in the Premier League, if you come off, you've got to wait 30 seconds or something like that But Bunny Shaw's back on. United still build from the back. Letitia short ball towards Mary Earps. It comes off Bunny Shaw. And back onto the field. She scores a goal. It's another gift for Manchester City. They are being given these 3 points by Manchester United. It's an absolute mess at the back again. Trying to play out from the back. And it's just gone all wrong again. Letitia tried to play it back towards the edge of the box to Mary Earps. It was a short one. Earps did get there first before Bunny Shaw. But as she cleared it, it came straight off the Jamaican striker. And she didn't have to shoot or anything. It just bounced off her straight into the back of the net. Really poor from Letitia. Earps tried to clear, got there first, but it came straight off Manchester City's number 21, who could wheel away in celebration as she watched the ball roll into the back of the net. It was good closing down from Shaw. Blocked it with her right foot. Straight into an open, unguarded goal. And 10 minutes into the second half, it's Manchester United 1, Manchester City 3. What a gift. 2 gifts. Both trying to play out from the back. And City did score a minute after scoring their first one in the first half. Will that happen again? They are on the ball on the halfway line with Alexandri. Forward towards Angled Dahl. Picked up in the centre circle by Zellum. Forward to Mallard. Back heel in behind. Looking for Gase. Kennedy will get there first for City. There's now with Alexandri at left back. Inside and forward it goes to Hasegawa. Away from the challenge of Narsund. Hemp's bursting away down the left. And she's been found by Roord. Hemp in the box. Not got many players with her. She holds it up. Plays it to the edge of the box to Shaw, who will want to let fly onto her left foot. She strikes it, and it's wide and high, and it's no goal for City, who tries to make it 4 quickly, like they did in the first half, scoring quickly after scoring their first. But Manchester United, City probably deserve it based off stats and domination, but I mean, the last 2 goals have just been given to Manchester City, especially that third one just scored there. Letitia with the short ball as she plays it across the 18-yard box here to Turner, who's looking for options here. Gets out to the left-hand side to left-back Blundell. Down the line it goes. Picked up by Hasegawa ahead of Toon. And it's poked out of play by Toon for a throw-in for Manchester City midway side, the opposition half, on this near side. Manchester City have just looked a lot more composed in this game. A lot more calm. Believing in the way they play. And knowing that the chances and the goals will come if they're patient. Sometimes the goals don't come. And they suffer from that patient play, where they don't change their build-up, like last week when they lost 1-0 to Brighton. But when it comes off like this, it's really fantastic for Gareth Taylor, the City head coach. Kelly in the right wing position here for Manchester City as they win the ball back from United in their own half. Kelly, outside of Blundell, is able to get the cross into the 6-yard box, but it's well caught there by Mary Earps. And she still has it in her own hands. She rolls it to the edge of the box here to Letitia. Across again to Turner. First time ball, lifted one down the right-hand side, brought down well by Riviere, the right back. Pokes it forward, looking for Mallard. It's a heavy one, and it will be a throw-in for Manchester City, just inside their own half. And this will be Manchester City's first victory in the WSL away at Manchester United. But Earps played it to Letitia, and Letitia took a touch and then passed. Letitia should have passed first time. She hesitated, took an extra touch, and then played it. And the pass was short. Serena Wiegman is in attendance. The England head coach has a ball into the box by Kelly. It's been intercepted by Turner in the 18-yard box. Bunny Shaw was galloping towards that. It was well defended in the end by Manchester United number 21. But it will be a throw-in for Manchester City, deep in the Manchester United half. You can just see there's an air of frustration with Manchester United. I think just the way they've conceded their goals, they're not happy with, as the throw-in goes to Bunny Shaw. Pass out towards Kelly, deflected off Blundell as she clears down the line. Met by Kennedy, helped on by Hasegawa. Picked up here by Narsund. Toon into Gase. Narsund again just before the halfway line. Going back towards her own goal. Plays it into Zellum, who's surrounded by blue shirts, but she works it back into her 18-yard box with Earps, the goalkeeper. Out to the right back, Riviere. Midway inside her own half here on the far side. Back inside it goes to Letitia, the number 4 for Manchester United. Back to the edge of the 18-yard box here to Earps, who clears first time. It's a high one down the United right. Mallard can't help it on, picked up by Road from Manchester City. And deep beside their own half. They have possession once again. It's with their goalkeeper, Kiara Keating. And with half an hour to go, exactly, Manchester City have a 3-1 lead. They went 1-0 down, 21 minutes in, through Zellum. They nearly went 2 down through Gase, whose goal was disallowed after not being able to keep the ball in play. And then in the 34th and the 35th minute, through Road and Hemp, they went 2-1 up. And then in the 55th minute, Bunny Shaw cut out a Mary Earps clearance. And it could be for here. Kelly down the right-hand side, in the box, pulls it across, it deflects to Road, lays it off to Bunny Shaw, tried to, but the pass is intercepted by Nalsund. And it can be cleared for United. It's a long one, it's a high one, it's over the top. It'll be given chase here by Gase in the City half. Kennedy will get there first and turns expertly away from the on-rushing Gase. And sends a ball down the right channel herself there, Kennedy. But no one's there to chase. It'll run right through in a left-back area where it'll be retrieved by Mary Earps, who plays it forward quickly to number 6, Hannah Blundell, who won Manchester United's Player of the Year last season. The ever-present left-back, featured in every game so far this season for Manchester United. Blundell, as Toon pokes it down the line towards Galton, cut out by Alexandri. Taken quickly by Toon, throwing it inside towards Gase, who takes it away from Hasegawa. And it's poked out wide left, but no one's there for Manchester United. It's now re-won back from Manchester City through Ahabi, the left-back. And now midway side their own half, they're in possession here with a Japanese midfielder, Hasegawa, who really controls the pace of the game. Manchester City number 25. Electric feet, low centre of gravity, and when she gets on the ball, she can just turn any way. She's just fantastic, Hasegawa. As Keating clears down the left for City, it's a high one. Nodded inside by Hemp, looking for Road on halfway. Cut out, though, by Nalsund. It's now back with Letitia for United. Does this time get it to Earps. Now Turner at left centre half. Back out to the right now to Letitia. High ball forward. Brought down by Mallard. And keeps it away from Ahabi. But it's taken away from her by Hemp. Angle Dahl for Manchester City in the centre circle. Back it goes in just inside their own half here for City with Kennedy. Out to the right it goes to Kelly. Back to the United goals. Plays it into Alexandria. Then back forward to Kelly. Who's tackled strongly there by Blundell. Throwing for the team in blue. It's going to be 4 clean sheets in a row in all competitions for Manchester City without a clean sheet. But I really do not think they'll care if they walk away with the 3 points here at Old Trafford. Alexandri, nutmeg on Nalsund. Angeldal down the right. Thought that Chloe Kelly was making a run. She wasn't. Picked up by Blundell at left back. And United build from the back in front of their 18-yard line with Letitia. Goes inside to Turner. Not many options. City press high. Goes across in the end out to the left again to Blundell, who drive forward midway side her own half. Plays a pass out to the left to Galton. Round the corner first time looking for Gase, who picks it up Heather Kennedy. In a left wing position for United. Nutmegs the Australian. Tries to get around Kennedy, but then she's tackled by Alexandri, who helps out a centre half. And City are back in possession with Greenwood, who's tackled late there by Gase. It's a free kick for Manchester City. It's a really strong performance by Gareth Taylor's men. We have had 2 red cards in this fixture. Both for Manchester City. Both away from home. Stanway in a 2-2 draw back in October of 2021. And then in their last game that they played against each other in May of 2023, Roebuck got a red card. Bunny Shaw's gone down here. Ball was high. Looks like a head injury. So the referee stops play immediately. Second time she's gone down here, Bunny Shaw. The ball was high. I think it was Turner who she collided heads with. Let's have a look. Well, they're not going to show a replay because they don't show replays for head injuries until they know they're okay. But the ball was there to be won, just a clash of heads there. Bunny Shaw stays down. Scoring her 3rd goal of the season now, Bunny Shaw. Her other 2 came in a brace against Bristol City earlier on this season, so she's not quite been scoring and firing like she has been in previous seasons for Manchester City, but she's always a threat, especially at 6 foot. Definitely one of the tallest women's players in the league, that's for sure. That's pretty much every other player on the pitch. I lie. Every other player in the matchday squad is under 6 foot. So she definitely will be one of the tallest players in the league, Bunny Shaw. for Manchester United. This will be the second defeat of the season, all competitions. First in the league. It's only United and Chelsea who are yet to lose in the WSL so far this season. "25 minutes to go. Bunny Shaw still receiving treatment here. I'm hoping she'll be okay to continue. Let's have a look. Here we go. She went for the header. Yeah, just got a bit of Turner's head there. So, just needs the treatment. But the last time Bunny Shaw received treatment and then came back on the pitch, she literally scored about 10 seconds later. So, hopefully it might be a bit of a lucky charm for her to go off injured, or to go off after receiving treatment. I think there is going to be a change. I think I just saw the officials start getting the board ready. I mean, I could be wrong, so I don't know. But hopefully it's not Bunny Shaw's number going up. She does get back to her feet here, Bunny Shaw. She does seem a little bit not away with it, but she does seem just definitely taken aback by that little head injury. And she walks off the pitch here. Her shirt covering the bottom half of her face. As she exits the field. The ball will be dropped here for Manchester City. You have possession. And we will continue back with their goalkeeper Keating. Let's see if Bunny Shaw re-emerges back onto the field here for Manchester City, as it's with Greenwood at centre-back. Bunny Shaw's back on the field. Greenwood out to left-back, Ahabi on the halfway line. Pass inside is cut out by Millard. There'll be a throw-in for Manchester City. As we will get some changes now for Manchester United. 23 minutes to play. Lucia Garcia is one to come on. She got the winner in this last fixture in May of this year. As Bunny Shaw gets away from Letitia. Bunny Shaw charging away, pulled down by Millard. That will be a booking. Free kick for Manchester City. Thumbs up by Millard. Receives the booking. She knows. Had to be done though, because Bunny Shaw was charging down then and was looking dangerous. And Millard pulled her down. Let's have a look. Yeah, just pull the shirt. And Bunny Shaw goes down. As it will be Millard, who just picked up the booking. And she'll be the one to come off. To be replaced by number 17, Lucia Garcia. The Spaniard off the bench. She's got the one goal so far this season. Two goals so far this season, apologies. 2 goals so far. Against Aston Villa in the opening game, and then the last game they played against West Ham. It's far out this, but Greenwood in the left foot usually suits a right foot to this, but Greenwood bending it around the ball might fancy this. It's just to the left hand side. It's about 30 yards out. It would take a hell of a strike to beat Mary Earps, but Alex Greenwood might fancy it. She'll put a cross into the far post towards Alana Kennedy, but it's a heavy one, and it'll run straight through for a goal kick. Just needed to take a little bit off that there, Alex Greenwood. But it just shows how key Alex Greenwood is to this Manchester City side at centre-back. You know, she misses 2 games, and they lose both of those games, especially the one at home to Brighton. They shouldn't be losing that, full stop. But she comes back in. Yes, she concedes the penalty, but it is a handball. But they've looked so good defensively, Manchester City, today, on the whole. And playing out from the back, they just look a lot more settled. As it'll be a goal kick here for Manchester United. Bunny Shaw deflecting a Letitia clearance behind for a goal kick. So it'll be Earps telling the team to drift out towards the right-hand side here. As she takes the goal kick out to the right-hand side on halfway. It's headed back forward by Rawn into the path of Bunny Shaw, who heads it into a path and away from Turner. Got Kelly in support. She'll find her on the right-hand side. Outside the box, she goes for an early cross, which deflects towards the 6-yard area, where it's touched down by Letitia, and then a hurried clearance falls to Blundell, who can't bring it down. and the ball will roll out for a throw-in from Manchester City, right next to the corner flag. Throw-in taken quickly by Kelly. Cut out by Blundell, but the touch falls only as far as Angeldal, and Kelly will take over right next to the corner flag. Tackled again by Blundell, another throw-in. As the second half hasn't quite been the same as the first. No shots this half for Manchester United, the 2 for Manchester City. It's been a lot more scrappy, a lot more even in fairness, which is what City want, for sure. Throwing to Kelly, right on the corner flag, shielding the ball, turning, kicking it off Blundell. Throwing again for Manchester City. Just keeping the game at their pace here, Manchester City. Not allowing any chance for Manchester United to try and speed this game up. Kelly gets the return from the throw-in. The crosses come off Zellum. And it'll be a corner kick for City on the near side. Still doing remarkably well here. Manchester City to see this lead out. Our super sub, Rachel Williams, will be ready to come on. The 35-year-old striker for Manchester United. She's their leading scorer at the minute in the WSL. 4 goals. 1 against Aston Villa, 92nd minute winner. 2 against Everton off the bench after coming on in the 72nd minute. And then a equaliser in the 98th minute against Brighton. It's Kelly from the corner. Headed away towards the far post. Recollected for City by Bunny Shaw, but she's tackled here by Nelson. And Garcia will drive away. Is there a chance for a counter-attack here for Manchester United? Garcia still driving away. Pulled down there by Alexandri on the halfway line. And that will more than likely be a yellow card for the Spaniard. Oh, and it's a red. It's not her first yellow card. Alexandri, that is really, really poor. And this game might turn on its head. Manchester United won the ball back from the corner. And Lucia Garcia charging forward towards the halfway line. And Alexandri thought it was best to pull her down. And it wasn't her first bookable offence. It was her second. And she has to walk. Could that change the game completely? Lucia Garcia showing her pace. Yeah, pulled down on the halfway line by Alexandri. And it's stupid because there's plenty of blue shirts back. I don't think Alexandri needs to pull her down. And now, City, yes, they've got a 2-goal lead, but they've got to defend that 2-goal lead now. With 10 women. Sorry, 10 women on the pitch. I just don't think she needed to be brought down there, to be honest. And even if a goal came from it, I'm sure Manchester City would rather be 3-2 up with 11 than 3-1 up with 10. Huge change in the game. Alexandri off with a red card. 2 yellow cards. And her derby is cut short. And City now have to defend with 10. Zellum, ball out down the right-hand side. Riviere couldn't quite chase it down. Throwing in the left-back area here for Manchester City. As I'm presuming Manchester City will have to make a defensive change. Don't think Rachel Williams was brought on as well for Manchester United. I think she's still waiting to come on. Can't quite see her. Zellum. Out to the left it goes to Blundell as United win the possession back inside the City half. As it's going to have to be, they've got to try and take this now. Down to 10. United have got to do something. Letitia, high ball into the 18-yard box, but it's well anticipated by Kiara Keaton, who was there straight away to catch the ball. And it will now be Lauren Hemp just covering for the moment at left back, waiting to bring on a player to cover at left back. I think it'll be Blackstad. As the ball goes forward towards Bunny Shaw in the United half. She loses out and it's cleared forward by United down their right-hand side. It'll be given chase here by Gase. Lauren Hemp can't deal with it. Gase takes it away from her. Charging down the right. Hemp will recover for the moment and then win the free kick. Hemp was pulled down there by Gase. It's a free kick for City in the left-back area. Multiple times, Gase got ahead of Hemp, and then Hemp got back, and then Gase got ahead again, then vice versa. It will be Bunny Shaw to be replaced. City down to 10, so they're going to bring off their striker. It's going to be Kirsten Kasperay, the full-back, to come on. I've got a feeling it'll be Alex Greenwood to go left-back, and Kasperay to go in at centre-back alongside Kennedy. So number 18 for City comes on for Bunny Shaw, who got Manchester City's third goal. And with 15 minutes to go, it's Manchester United 1, Manchester City 3. But City are down to 10. This play continues. Angeldal volleys it away deep into the United half. It's well brought down by Letizia. Goes back into the 18-yard box to Earps. First time ball down the United left for Blundell, who will get there ahead of Raw, but the pass is poor and sent by Kasperay. And the ball's been cleared down the City right, but it'll be only Blundell to chase it. Transport Games RBX. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying this WSL commentary. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on 7 likes. If we'll get that to 10, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Zellum, ball long forward, looking for Garcia. Cut out though by Kasperay on the right hand side for City. And Kelly goes back. So it looks like it is gonna be a Harby at left back, Greenwood left centre back, Kennedy right centre back, and then Kasperay at right back. There's a Harby's just fouled Nalson there on the halfway line. Free kick for Manchester United, but before the free kick can be taken, there'll be some changes. Latoon will be coming off alongside number 16, Lisa Nalsson. Stella Toon, formerly of Manchester City, just did not have the good desired effect again. She's been poor, Ella Toon, this season. She scored her first goal in under a year against Brighton a couple of weeks ago. But in terms of her numbers goal scoring, she hasn't been good enough, so she's been replaced by Miyazawa, and Nalsson will be replaced by number 28, Rachel Williams. As United try and send it out to the left to Garcia, cut out by Kasperay, helped back forward by Miyazawa. Gase loses out to Kasperay, volleys it into the air. Into the centre circle, brought down by Zellum. Out to the right it goes to Riviere, 10 yards inside the City half. Cuts away from the slide tackle of Hemp. He slides out of the pitch. And then Zellum try to play a ball through and in behind the box. Cut out by the head of Greenwood. Falls to Hasegawa. Back to Greenwood, who slams it away forward. No one up there to aim for Manchester City, so it'll be recycled for United. Earps forward. Just inside their own half, Will Letizia. Forward into the centre circle here to Miyazawa, who's just come off the bench. Side this season from Japan. Featured in every game so far this season. She made the Ballon d'Or shortlist a few weeks ago, but it's Garcia to lose it there for Manchester United on the near side. Runs out of pitch. Throw in for Manchester City. United have won it back. Gase in a left wing position. Tries to get away from the challenge of Road. Takes too long on it, Gase. One back by City. Kelly. Back to Road. Misplaced touch. Slide tackle. Can't get it away from Garcia, who tries to slip it into the box there towards Galton, but it's cut out really well. And it's now at left back now with Hemp for Manchester City. Driving away from Riviere. Tackled though by Riviere from behind and wins the ball beautifully. Garcia takes it on early and it has to be parried behind. In the bottom left corner. Good save by Keating. She had to be equal to it there. Hemp driving inside into a probably danger zone really there, Hemp. And it dropped to Garcia, number 17, who took an early shot on. It might have been just going wide, the shot from Garcia, but Keating definitely couldn't take any prisoners. And just parried it behind, corner in. It drops. Gase with the strike. It's blocked by the leg of Greenwood. Still alive. Garcia tries to volley, but she doesn't catch it. And it's a goal kick for Manchester City. Keating, with 11 minutes to go, the Manchester City goalkeeper is down at the minute. As Mark Skinner continues to give some more instructions. Keating remains down. After she made the save on Garcia's long-range shot, I think she just landed a little bit awkwardly on her right arm. 19-year-old, mentioned it before, but she signed a new 3-year contract yesterday with Manchester City, the goalkeeper, to stay until 2027. So, Manchester City medical staff's on again. I don't know if it's something wrong with her arm or maybe her eye. Might be something in her eye. But I'm not too sure. 10 minutes to go. City still lead by 3-1. Make sure you're here for the next commentary on the channel. Barnet taking on Oldham in the National League on Wednesday. And the kickoff for that one is 8 o'clock. So make sure you're here for that one. As Keaton has been dealt with by City's medical staff. And she'll have a goal kick to take. As City are going to try and shut up shop here by bringing on very experienced Steph Houghton, 35 years of age, the centre-half. Signed a new 1-year deal in June of this year to stay for the season. Looks like she's going to be here to come on to try and see this result out for Manchester City. Halfway line, bit of midfield battling going on between Hemp and Zellum. Zellum can't quite beat Hemp to it. Hemp tried to attack down the left-hand side, cut out and cleared. And it's a Manchester City throwing on halfway. Steph Houghton won't be the only one to come on. They're also going to bring on number 7, Laura Coombs, who did score the equaliser at the Etihad last season when these two sides drew in their first meeting of last season. It's given away there by Rode. And it's now with Manchester United in their own half. Remember, they're playing against 10 players here, and they still don't look dangerous. Switched out to the right to Riviere, midway side her own half. She's been forced to go back to the halfway line now, as she's been pressed by Hemp and Rode. Zellum keeps the ball moving to Turner. Out to the left here to Blundell. Down the line it goes to Garcia. Tackled there by Kasparet. And it'll be kept in by the right back and then cleared down the line by Angeldal, but only as far as a Manchester United throw. As it will be number 25 for Manchester City, Yui Hasegawa. Making a 35th appearance for Manchester City since joining last season from West Ham. So Hasegawa off for Steph Houghton and Chloe Kelly, the not a goal scorer, but a provider for the first one. She'll be replaced by Laura Coombs, Manchester City number 7. She progressed through Arsenal's academy. Laura Coombs, now aged 32. Only her second appearance in the league this season. Her last one came off the bench against Bristol late in that winning game week 3. Gate in the left wing position for Manchester United, bearing down towards the 18-yard box. Tackled strongly though. I think that was by Greenwood possibly, and it's cleared straight back into the United half, and it'll be Letitia to get it. And she'll go across into the centre circle here with Millie Turner. Out to the left it goes now to Blundell. She's got a bit of time here, Hannah Blundell. She plays it inside to Garcia, who tries to go forward herself with a ball, but it's been cut out there, and the ball's been won back by Angeldal. Cleared forward by Manchester City, looking towards Hemp up front, but it's gone over her head. And it's back again with Manchester United. With Letitia. Out to the left it goes here to Zellum. She's playing a bit deeper. Katie Zellum. Almost playing like a deep line playmaking role. Kind of trying to make things happen from deep. Blundell on halfway. Inside it goes to Zellum. Misplaced touch. It's picked up now by Hemp. And City will slow the game down here. Hemp challenged down the right. Kicked away from her by Blundell. Thrown for Manchester City in the United half. With 10 players, Manchester City are really doing well seeing this game out at the minute. Going down the line to Hemp. Sorry, to Coombs. Tries to go down the line herself towards Hemp, but it's been cut out by Garcia. Now played down the line by Blundell, back into the path of Garcia. Then back into Blundell, who will switch out towards the right now onto the edge of the 18-yard box to Letitia. Forward and wide right against Riviere, who will drive inside here. Not got many options, really. You just wouldn't think that Manchester United have got an extra player. It just doesn't seem like it at all. This is shocking from Manchester United. This second half's been shocking. Because they were 2-1 down at the start of the half, and they've created nothing. And they haven't created anything since 3-1 down, and they haven't created anything since they went a player up. It's not good enough at all. And it looks like they're going to concede their first loss of the season in their first game at Old Trafford this season to Manchester City. Back on halfway. Turner. Across it goes to the centre half, Letitia. Switching ball out to the left inside the box. It will drop to Garcia off the head of Kasparet. Tries to lift it into Gase on the edge, who will wind up a shot. It's blocked, and it'll fall to Zellum, who will play it into Miyazawa, who wants to strike herself, but she does not catch it. She completely slices it there, Miyazawa, and it'll go through with 5 minutes to go for a Manchester City goal kick. I'm not quite sure what our final attendance is. I have a feeling they might be announcing it. I can't quite see what the attendance is at the minute. It's from the goal kick. Manchester United have won it back on halfway, and they switched it out to the left-hand side here towards Miyazawa in the centre circle, who's been caught late there by Hemp. But play is going to continue as Manchester United still have the ball on halfway line. With Le Tissier out to the right to Riviere, getting forward from right back on the far side. Comes back into Zelem. Forward into Garcia, who dummies it towards Riviere. It's been cut out, though, by Ahabi for Manchester City. And it's a throw midway side. The City half here for Manchester United on the far side with Riviere. Thrown down the line towards Gase on byline. Gets it across. Straight out of play for a goal kick. Galton was in there. Williams as well. But none of them could be found from the Gase cross. Keating with the goal kick towards the halfway line, helped on by Roord, volleyed forward though by Zelem, dealt with by Steph Horton, out to the left of Roord, who goes back to Ahabi, slams it away, high down the Manchester City left channel, where Hemp gives chase, but Le Tissier wins it, but then it's won back there by Roord, off Zelem's clearance, but it came off the hand of Roord, and it'd be a free kick for United as they try again from the back, even though they've created absolutely nothing this second half. Manchester United, despite being 2-1 down at the beginning of the half, then 3-1 down, 10 minutes into the second half, and then a player to the good with 20 minutes to go. And then that ball down the right channel towards Riviere, straight out for a goal kick, and that sums it up for Manchester United. Well and truly, not good enough at all from the red side of Manchester today. It's been quite an easy victory, really, for Manchester City, who've just done their usual stuff, keep the ball, be patient, wait for the chances. And the chances came and they've took them really well. Free kick for City. Rachel Williams is the one to give it away. Just going a bit too heavy there on Roord as the ball was put towards them both. So this would put City on third spot. United dropped to fourth. There'd be a point behind Manchester City. Still over 2 minutes to go. Ball clipped down the left for City towards Hemp, who will bring it down, can get away from Riviere, but not Le Tissier. And it's now Earps in the 6-yard box. Back out to the right to Le Tissier. This would be Manchester United's first loss of the season in the league. Will it come to their arch rivals? Oh, great bit of skill down the right-hand side here from Garcia. Got options in the box now on the right-hand side. Gets the crossing, comes off the head of Greenwood. And it'll go right through to Miyazawa on the left-hand side for United. Back to Blundell. Across to the edge of the box to Zelem. Furthest left is Miyazawa. Everything to her left. Everything to her right, sorry. Puts the ball in. It's cleared on the penalty spot by Angeldal. But it'll drop only as far as Le Tissier. United come again. Camped into the City half. Miyazawa tried cutting on from the left-hand side onto her right foot, but loses out to Caspere. And the clearance drops only as far as the halfway line to Le Tissier. So once again, United will knock on the door and will attempt to try and get a goal, if possible. Galton, down the left-hand side to Miyazawa, just about keeps it in on the byline, tries to take on Caspere, and the last touch comes off the Japanese international, the World Cup Golden Boot winner, and it'll be a Manchester City goal kick. And they'll make one final change now, Manchester City, with a minute to go. Number 11, Lauren Hemp, who put them 2-1 to the good in the 35th minute with a superb top left corner finish, will be replaced by number 8, Australian Mary Fowler, who's yet to score herself this season. But Hemp bagged her second of the season. She'd gone the previous 5 games without a goal, Lauren Hemp. But she's stopped that little rut. And she's back on the score sheet. Goal kick from Keating. Headed back forward by Williams for United. Slammed away by Angeldal. But kept alive for United by Galton. Down the left channel it goes. It'll be given chase to by Gase. Kennedy will slice a clearance out of play. Thrown for United. Deep in the City half. You don't know if they get a goal. Now, then they'll have a bit of additional time to try and get an equaliser, but they could play for another 3 hours here, Manchester United. I just don't think they'd even look like scoring. But watch me. I have to take my words back and they'll score here. Gase on the left-hand side. Bit of trickery, trying to get away from Kennedy, but she can't. And then 11 minutes. Wow. 11 minutes of time added on. We've had Bunny Shaw down a few times. Kiara Keaton, the goalkeeper for City, went down a few times as well. But 11, that's excessive. But that's what's been given. So Manchester United have got 11 minutes to score 2 goals to try and get this game drawn and for them to try and keep their unbeaten record in the WSL. Kiara Keaton clears it forward for City, headed won by Turner. As far as Coombs. He's tackled by Galton. Throwing for Manchester City on the halfway line. It'll be taken by Caspere, Dutch international, who made a senior debut for Heerenveen at age 15. City's number 18. She throws it down the line, looking towards Fowler. Won by Blundell, but the clearance from Zellum straight back out and play for another throw-in for Manchester City. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been a fantastic Manchester derby. The first half was definitely better than the second. Throw in and ball round the corner there from Coombs. Fowler will give chase. Turner will get there first, but Fowler won't give it up. Throw in for United right on the corner flag on this near side. Taken quickly, throws it into the 18-yard box now to Letitia. Curling ball out to the right to Riviere. Get there ahead of the City player Road. And we'll play a ball down the right side, looking for Garcia, who will nip in ahead of Ahabi. But then he's tackled there by Road, throwing again for United, just inside the City half. Still time. 11 minutes of added on time given. We've played 2 of it already. And they've got it on halfway line here with Turner. Out to the left, midway inside the City half here with Blundell. Forward to Galton. Inside to Gase. Back it goes to Blundell. City defending really resolutely, making it almost impossible for United to break through and create chances, even though they've got a player less. Riviere, clip ball in the box, header won by Caspere. It will drop on as far as Zellum. It gets out to the left now to the edge of the box to Gase. Got the overlap of Blundell, but she'll put a ball in herself towards the penalty spot. Header won by Steph Horton. Picked back up though for United by Millie Turner on the edge of the box on the right hand side. Not got many options with her, Millie Turner. It has to go back to Riviere. Then back down the line to Turner. Centre back turn winger. She puts it in the box. Far post. Chested down by Gase, who tries to turn away from Caspere. She exits the box and then enters the box with a nutmeg. Great skill. Gase pulls it back. Someone needs to be there for United, but no one's there and it can be cleared, I think, by Road. Fantastic skill for Gase, who's definitely been Manchester United's best player. Actually looks like she could do something today. Taking it through the legs of Caspere, and then the pullback was decent, but for some reason no one's there for United. And Jill Road could clear, but they'll attack down the left again. Galton, ball in, headed by Williams. He'll drop to Garcia. Shot blocked by Ahabi. Still alive in the box. Needs to be cleared. Not very well from Angeldal, but it'll be Galton to pick it up for United. Zellum dinks into the far post. Header won by Ahabi. He'll drop to Road on the edge of the box. Be closed down by Miyazawa, so she'll just volley away, Road. It'll be a throw in just inside the City half on the far side for United. Garcia came close there. Good block though from Ahabi. And City still keep their 2-goal lead. Letitia down the right hand side to Riviere. Back it goes now to Turner. All Manchester City players currently behind the ball as Blundell's got it in the centre circle. Feeds out to the left hand side. Curling ball to Galton. First time ball inside towards Gase, who tries to take it on the turn. Allows the clearance, and they'll have to restart again with Mary Earps on the edge of the 18-yard box. And she'll send it forward here to Letitia, midway side her own half here. Manchester United centre-back. Right-footed ball, looking in behind for Riviere, and she'll get onto it. It gets past Ahabi, and she'll have a strike. It's parried away by Keating. He'll drop towards Galton, who gets the last... No, it's a corner. Great ball there from Letitia in behind. I think she was looking for Garcia, but it went through Garcia and it went beyond Ahabi. And Riviere had a strike towards goal, which was parried by Keating. It wasn't the most confident looking pieces of goalkeeping, but she parried it away. And I think it will be a corner. Yep, corner. Played out to the edge of the box here to Miyazawa. To the right to her, to Blundell. She'll dink it in the box. Looking for Garcia, header won by Greenwood, drops to Gage, strike blocked, edge the box, Letizia, to a left to Zellum, who will lift it towards the far post. It's well caught by Keating. And with 6 minutes to go, City still hold on. Good ball from Letizia to the left to Zellum. About 8 yards out, trying to lift it and curl it towards the far post, but it's commanding goalkeeping this time from Keating in the 6-yard box. City keep hold of their lead. Kicks out of the hands beyond the halfway line up towards Mary Fowler. Drops it to Jill Road, who will just hoof it down the right-hand side for City. And it'll be Blundell who has to give chase. Can't keep it in, though. So it'll be a throw-in for United. And they'll need to take it quickly. And they will do. Throws it into Turner. City just camping back inside their own half. And you certainly cannot blame them. They've got a 2-goal lead to defend with a player less. So you're going to do everything you can to keep it that way. Riviere tries to find Gayson behind again down the right-hand side. And she's onside. Byline. Works across. Deflects off Greenwood. Corner kick for Manchester United on the far side. It's still not dead, this game. They get a goal now. They'd have 5 minutes left to try and work an equaliser, but getting the first goal to mount the comeback is the biggest ask of all. In it goes towards Garcia. It's a header won by Greenwood. Then a volley towards Keating, who catches it very well. Strike from Riviere, about 25 yards from goal. Saved by Manchester City's number 35. Looked like Greenwood went down there for the moment. But she's okay, straight back on her feet. And we can continue with Keating. It will push her defence up the field. City will be 3 behind Arsenal, who in second, 6 behind Chelsea in first. 4 wins, draw and 2 losses. They have stopped 3 losses in a row. They haven't lost 3 in a row in the WSL since September and October of 2021. Well, they're back on winning ways. Back-to-back wins for them. Away from home, because they did beat Liverpool in the League Cup 4-3 last week. But that shock defeat to Brighton at home last week has definitely been, forgotten about now for sure. Ball into the box. Galton at the far post can't quite keep it away from Kasperay, who clears it for City. Blundell forward to the edge of the box now to Rachel Williams, who does like a goal off the bench. She has to work it back to Blundell again. All City players still behind the ball. Zellum curling out to the right-hand side now to Riviere. Garcia tries the 1-2 with a Canadian. Too short of a ball. Cleared out of play by Greenwood for a throw-in for Manchester United. Midway inside the opposition half. On the far side. They throw it back towards halfway to Letizia. Across it goes to the left to Blundell. Furthest left is Miyazawa, who has it on the ball now. She has to go back into Blundell again. Forward to Garcia. Bit of space on the right-hand side. Driving inside, Garcia. Going to met by a strong challenge of Steph Horton. And the ball will deflect for a throw-in for Manchester United. Oh, there's an offside. As that shot deflected off Steph Horton, Galton was coming back from an offside position. And it'll be a free kick for Manchester City. 3 minutes left to play. Still 3-1. Bunny Shaw's goal 10 minutes into the second half has given Manchester City their 2-goal cushion, which they have protected very, very well. Kiara Keating with the free kick. Down the City right it goes. It'll be seen through to the edge of the 18-yard box by Zellum, who will build from the back now for Manchester United. Out to the left, just inside the City half with Galton. Can't take on Kasperay. Last touch comes off the Manchester United winger. It's a throw-in for Manchester City. Throw-in into Angeldal in midfield. Goes down from behind by Williams. A little bit too strong on the challenge there. The Manchester United striker. And it's a well-won free kick there by Philippa Angeldal. Signed 2 seasons ago from BK Häcken. Yet to score in the WSL, but did score in their League Cup win a couple of games ago against Liverpool. 26-year-old Swedish international. Blundell wins it back off Coombs. Clears down the United left. Kept in really well there by Williams. Back towards Turner, who's tackled there by Angeldal. And the last touch came off Turner. Throw in for City midway side, the United half on this near side. Manchester United certainly cannot have any complaints. 15 shots they've ended up conjuring with 5 shots on target, and they have had more possession throughout the 90 minutes. But that is simply due to the fact that City haven't really kept the ball the last 20 minutes since going down to 10 players. For me, in terms of big chances, City thoroughly deserve this. We've just gone past the 100th minute. 50 seconds left to play here at Old Trafford. The first Manchester women's derby at this prestigious stadium. And it looks like it's going to be the theatre of dreams for Manchester City. His Fowler goes towards the corner flag here on the near side. Being tackled by Blundell. Still in play, says the lineswoman. And Coombs will kick it off Blundell for another throw-in towards the corner flag. And with 30 seconds to go, it is going to be a victory for Manchester City. They weren't able to beat Manchester United last season in their 2 fixtures. But now they've turned it around. Fowler again towards the corner flag. Gets away from Blundell and goes back into Kasperay. Bit of a flip, try to get beyond Galton, who can't get beyond Galton. And then she's brought down. And they take the free kick quickly. Just on the edge of the 18-yard box. We've played the 11 minutes of added on time. And Manchester is blue in the WSL. Manchester City come to Old Trafford for the first ever women's derby at this ground. And they take all 3 points. They were coming into this game off the back of back-to-back defeats in the WSL. They hadn't lost 3 in a row for over 2 years, and that will stay the same. They did go 1-0 down, 21st minute, Katie Zelem penalty after Alex Greenwood handball from a Mallard shot, and that was dispatched into the bottom left corner despite a touch off Kiara Keaton in the City goal. United nearly made it 2-0, half an hour gone. Gase played through on the right-hand side. She cut it back towards Paris. It was cleared by Kennedy. And on the byline, Gase tried to keep it in, which she thought she did. She kept it in and poked it into the back of the net. But it was decided that she didn't keep it in. The ball had gone out of play. And that goal was disallowed. And literally, minutes after that decision of a disallowed goal, Manchester City got their equaliser. 34th minute, Jill Roord, their new signing this summer from Wolfsburg, scoring her 4th of the season as she now becomes City's leading scorer in the WSL this season. She was played in the box by Kelly, who had a great run around Nalsund to pull it back. Jill Roord, bottom left corner, got the equaliser. And from kick-off, United trying to play out from the back, edge of the box. Katie Zelem was pickpocketed by Hasegawa for Manchester City. And the ball fell to Bunny Shaw, who had 1 shot blocked. She laid it off to her right to Lauren Hemp, who swung it top left corner, off the under the side of the bar and in. And within 2 minutes, City went from 1-0 down, nearly 2, to 2-1 up themselves. And they made it 3. 10 minutes after the break, Bunny Shaw closed down Mary Earps after she was given a short pass back from Letitia. And as Earps got there first, she cleared it straight off the right foot of Bunny Shaw, who just watched it roll into an empty net. It gave City a 3-1 lead, but that's not where the drama ended. City went down to 10 with just under 20 minutes to go. Laia Alexandri picking up a second yellow card after pulling down Garcia from Manchester United on the halfway line, picking up a second yellow and putting City down to 10. But that didn't change a thing. Manchester United had all the ball for the rest of the game, but they created absolutely nothing. They were able to get 15 shots on goal throughout the game, 5 on target. But in terms of big opportunities where it seemed like Manchester City were in trouble, those were very limited. United were poor. They weren't good enough, especially when City went down to 10. And for the blue side of Manchester, they come away with a deserved win away at Old Trafford in the first ever Manchester derby at the stadium in the WSL. Thank you to everyone who's been here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Next commentary's coming up on the channel. Wednesday, Barnet take on Oldham in the National League. Wednesday, 8 o'clock, make sure you're here. And then the weekend commentaries on the Saturday at 5:30. We've got Brentford welcoming Arsenal in the Premier League. And then early kick-off on Sunday, we've got Aberdeen taking on Rangers. So they're the commentaries coming up next week. Make sure you're here for them. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Notifications on. But here at Old Trafford for the first Manchester derby at this ground in the women's game. City went down. They quickly went back ahead 2-1. They got the third goal in the second half, including a red card. But that didn't stop them from seeing out the victory. And at Old Trafford, Manchester City taking a very well-deserved 3 points. And at the end of the game, It ends Manchester United 1, Manchester City 3.